problem releasing the full bit. Okay, well, Secretary Hegseth...
Whatever Hegseth wants to do is okay with me.
He now says it's under review. Are you ordering the Secretary to release that full video?
Whatever he decides is okay with me.
Republican Party campaign strategist Aaron McGuire tells the Salem Radio Network GOP needs to clearly explain what it's doing to bring prices down, addressing the affordability issue.
I think the more voices that are out there about the work being done through the big, beautiful bill to get more money into taxpayers' pockets, I think that's going to be really critical, especially as we start looking into these midterm elections.
And later today, President Trump will talk about that and more when he pays a visit to Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. The President's unveiled a $12 billion aid package for America's farmers.
They're great people. They're the backbone of our country. So we're going to use that money to provide $12 billion in economic assistance to American farmers. $12 billion is a lot of money.
Mr. Trump says the money will come from a tariff windfall. Indonesian police say at least 22 people have died in a fire that tore through an office building in the capital. Flames rapidly engulfed the 7-story building in Jakarta. So far, there's been no word on the cause of the deadly fire. Ahead of this week's pending Fed decision on interest rates, Wall Street futures have been mixed right now. They're lower. Dow futures are down 31 points, while the NASDAQ futures are off 37 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
They say timing is everything in the gold and silver markets, and it's true. Dennis Prager here for AmFed Coin and Bullion. Although you can buy at the right time, if you buy the wrong coins, you may not make a profit. When gold was $400 an ounce, many people were talked into buying high-grade old gold and silver collector's coins. Unfortunately, most of the people who bought these so-called semi-numismatic coins, like the $20 St. Gaudens and Liberty Head gold coins, have not broken even on their investment. Incredible, given that gold has risen approximately 525% since then. So while timing is everything, if you buy the wrong coins, the timing simply doesn't matter. Having a dealer who cares about positioning you in the right types of coins or bullion will mean more to your portfolio than anything else. That's why I deal with Nick Rovich and AmFed Coin and Bullion. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. Or go to AmericanFederal.com. AmericanFederal.com.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is holding a hard line. He's insisting his country will not cede any territory to Russia as part of any agreement to end the long-running war.
Ukraine's leader is visiting Rome as he continues to rally European support for his country, while resisting the US pressure for a painful compromise with Russia. He's meeting Pope Leo XIV and having talks with Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Answering reporters' questions in a WhatsApp chat late Monday, Zelensky reaffirmed his firm refusal to cede any territory, saying that we clearly don't want to give up anything. On Monday, Zelensky held talks in London with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz to strengthen Ukraine's hand amid mounting impatience with President Donald Trump. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Views and analysis at townhall.com. Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has launched a campaign for U.S. Senate in Texas.
Crockett, one of Congress's most outspoken Democrats and a frequent target of GOP attacks, jumped into the race on the final day of qualifying in Texas. She's seeking the Senate seat held by Republican John Cornyn, who's running for re-election in the GOP-dominated state. Democrats need a net gain of 4 Senate seats to wrest control from Republicans next November, when most of the seats up for re-election are in states like Texas that President Donald Trump won last year. Democrats have long hoped to make Texas a more competitive state after decades of Republican dominance. Bernie Bennett reporting.
The Supreme Court appears likely to expand presidential control over independent federal agencies, signaling support for President Trump's firing of board members. The court's conservative majority suggested yesterday it would overturn a 90-year-old decision limiting when presidents can fire agency board members. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelist said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
Morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday, the truest of all the days, in fact.
So is there what? This Tuesday? So there's what, 3 Tuesdays left?
Yes.
If you don't count today, 2 Tuesdays.
2 Tuesdays, not counting this Tuesday, but this Tuesday counted is 3 Tuesdays.
Yes. But we already woke up, so this wake up don't count.
No.
That was our military.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we only got 6 more wake ups. That's how we counted.
Well, I've heard it counted in sleeps.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily work, especially if you're a parent.
Yeah.
It's like 3 more sleeps, 1 more restless sleep, and then a sleepless night for Christmas.
Yeah, right. Tossing and turning, followed by more staring at the ceiling. 6 peaks, and then roll around in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I did that last year.
I guess I could count how many P's till I have to be back at work. It's like
I can't count that high.
I'm like 3 P's away.
I can't count that high anymore. My younger days of 1 or 2. Now it's like, I don't know.
3 trips to the bathroom away.
I only got 10 fingers, man.
You count the pits, man.
Oh yeah, I can go digits. But happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes.
Taco Tuesday for many. A lot of people do their Taco Tuesdays, and I don't relegate my tacos to one day.
No, one should never give themselves over to tacos only one day a week. I mean,
I'm not a food themed guy in general.
No, but
because I'm gonna win. Someday just because it's Tuesday don't mean I want tacos. Right. Maybe I want pizza.
Maybe it's Hoagie Tuesday.
Yeah, but then like Wednesday, I'm like, man, tacos sound really good right now. So that's what how I roll.
That's fair.
The only days I do things that are required is because I have to, because other people are involved. Thanksgiving.
Right. No pants Thursdays.
Right.
That's why these cameras are waist up.
Right. Christmas used to always be the same, but since I've been married and a man and all that, that's all changed.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. I mean, when I was a kid, it was always we had turkey. Mm-hmm. We had turkey for Christmas, turkey for Thanksgiving, turkey. But then I met my wife, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this year we're going to do Mexican food." All right. It's not turkey. Is there like turkey enchiladas? No. Okay.
No, so many of our holiday traditions are based on marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Did you know?
Well, I moved to beef country now, so now there's a lot of beef.
The reason we see Santa Claus the way we see Santa Claus, red hat, the jolly, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew
before that, Father Christmas were mostly blue.
Pretty much everything.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was a byproduct of Montgomery Ward.
Yeah.
They put out coloring books for kids in like 46 or something like that,
and that's
depicting
why,
the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And that's why Macy's gets to introduce Santa every year.
Yep.
But yeah, even like Christmas trees and all that is all, going back to...
Well, that dates back to like pagan traditions.
Part of it.
The Saturnalia.
But it's been commercialized into a different way than, the way it's lit and the way we light it and all that stuff is, there's equally parts commercialism in that too.
I always feel like I have to check. Okay, it is Christmas. I always feel like I have to check myself because Jocelyn's so learned in things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to misquote and then have my producer call me out on it.
But like
she knows.
Yeah.
She knows things about
But
things.
I think like products, like I
Yeah.
feel like stringing popcorn was a marketing ploy by somebody at one point and things like that.
Yeah. Do you know Santa doesn't even ride a razor? Turns out.
And then, I'm not going to lie. Now, the Grinch has been around for a long time. You know, 60s or whenever Dr. Seuss did the Grinch.
Yeah.
But it's only gotten lexiconed into the main in the last 10 years.
I would say just after the Jim Carrey version of the movie came out.
Because growing up, the Grinch was a good cartoon, and that was about. I mean, no one was dressing up as Grinch for.
No,
Christmas.
but it was one of those every Christmas you would watch.
You watched the show, but there wasn't like Grinch wasn't in the one seed of Christmas characters that people dressed up as.
It is true. It does feel like he's kind of been pushed up, like his status. Has
Now
been pushed
everything's
up a notch.
Grinch, and you can Grinch this, Grinch that, Grinch meals at McDonald's and various other establishments.
Yeah. I haven't tried those yet. By the way,
I haven't either. I just see the commercial. I ain't gonna lie. Food that's green that ain't supposed to be green, I'm not really down with.
Oh, I am. I very much am. I come from a childhood that had Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I was too old for that. I was like, no, that looks awful.
That looks terrible. Yeah, and Slime was the other one. You know, it was Nickelodeon, all that.
And I'll be honest, I got a real thing on blue foods too.
Blue foods or
foods that are blue that aren't supposed to be blue.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Bluth foods at first.
Well, sorry, that's.
And I thought it was like the banana stand.
Yeah, that's me trying to
frozen
talk
bananas.
No.
That's Bluth food.
Foods that are blue that aren't supposed to be blue.
Okay, that. Blue's not a naturally occurring food color.
You can
generally.
blame Star Wars for this one. Because
Like
I
even-
never saw a blue thing in my life till I saw
Blue
Luke
milk.
drinking blue milk all over Star Wars, and I was like, "That's from a foreign galaxy far, far away." You know,
It is weird how we've established blue. Takis, for example, like the blue ones are significantly hotter than the red ones.
Oh,
and it's weird because
is that like ice hot?
It's you would think because blue denotes cool, but no, it does not. It is not that.
Well, it's kind of like icy hot. There's a blue side, but I don't feel that side. So I more feel the hot side.
All right, pull back into Kurt and the Mike's world. my nightly icy hottings.
No, I haven't done that since last week.
I haven't done that since what is today? Tuesday?
The day before yesterday. But those are just some rules I have. Like I don't eat meats, lunch meats, with loaf at the end.
Fair.
I don't eat foods that are green that aren't supposed to be green.
Loafed luncheon meats, in fairness, are hit or miss.
Yeah,
it's a real crapshoot.
Mostly miss. I've yet to find a hit, to be honest, with a loaf lunch.
What was the second one there?
The green foods and blue foods
okay,
thing.
yeah.
But so where I draw the line is meatloaf. I like meatloaf because that's a prepared dish. It's not something that Oscar Mayer squoze into a container.
I love the past tense of the word squeeze. Every time I hear somebody use it, it makes me laugh. I'm like, squoze.
I just like it too. It makes me laugh. Words like squirt,
right?
Squoze,
squart.
Especially when you're talking about things that don't sound with it. It makes it sound oogie. Yeah, which to me is loaf meat. But here's where I don't try to analyze me, because if you feed me liverwurst or Brahmschmier or something like that, I'm down.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I'm not messing with no P&P loaf. Bologna I will eat because I that grew up on bologna. But olive loaf, macaroni loaf.
See, it depends on what on what you're putting in the loaf. Like I like a good olive loaf.
Yeah.
Here's my,
It's a bridge too far for me.
Do you know what my biggest problem with olive loaf is? They cut it too thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got like these little thin slices of meat, and the olives protrude.
Well, I also grew up in a time where Oscar Mayer went a little nutty on the loaves for a minute there, and they were literally sticking anything in the loaf.
I know.
Like
we've literally gone over the loaves before right here on the air.
Yeah.
There's like,
so I think because I grew up in that time,
Yeah.
I just steer clear of lunch meat.
Any meat that requires more than one meat to make is questionable to begin with.
Yeah, I eat unhealthy foods all the time. It's just if it's like, all right, you got to at least, put some lipstick on that to make me think it's better than it is. Come on, that's where I draw the line.
I will say I will eat pretty much anything if you put it in a snappy casing.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Because you think about it, you're drawing your line at loaves. How many weird sausages have you had?
A bevy.
I mean, you've been overseas, so obviously.
I've gone on quests to find weird sausages. So
now, if let's say, for example, someone were to take loafed meat, and let's say somebody were to make loafwurst, would you? Like just all the best loaves?
I ain't gonna lie. If like Chef
pimento,
Gordon Ramsay
olive.
presented it to me, I'm trying it.
But okay.
Most anybody in my circle of friends, no.
How much of that pink curing salt did you put in that? All right, then we're good.
Yeah. Unless you got like some Michelin star chef restaurant, then I'll trust you.
There you go.
But
no. I'll trust you if a tire company said you're good enough.
That's right. If by golly, if a tire guy that looks like just a stack of fatness instead of actually tires.
He does look like he's well fed.
I'm saying, hey, that's always a rule of thumb. Wherever fat people eat, you follow, because they find good food. That's just a rule of thumb. All right, let me give you the rundown for today's show. We do have a full slate for you today. We're going to play interview Charlotte Gurule with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. Join us to invite everyone to their next meeting, the December meeting, which is their Christmas meeting, which is going to be happening next Wednesday. I believe that's the 17th, and that will be at the Elks Lodge there, and they're going to have a big Christmas dinner and special gifts and all kinds of great stuff. So we're going to play our interview with Charlotte here in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, Dr. Sean Powell at Eastern New Mexico University Roswell, joining us for his monthly visit. Give us an update as, of course, they're shutting down for just right around for Christmas break here, graduation's a kind of a transition time at the college right now. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15 or so, we're going to have Pastor Troy Smotherman join us with Church on the Move, and he's going to talk to us about their big events coming up, Christmas holiday. This Sunday, they've got their big Christmas with family event. It's going to be among the many things going on. They're going to have a movie night and a drone show. You heard me, drone show? Yeah, so come on out, big community event there. And then, of course, they're going to have their Christmas massive service on Christmas Eve there, too. So we'll talk about those events with Pastor Troy. And then, of course, we'll have all of your features that include the newses of the local, national, variety, Wall Street business updates, so forth, so on, et cetera, et cetera. Before we do any of that, though, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low 70s and lots of sunshine today and not too windy. Might be a little bit breezy in the afternoon. We have a big high pressure system parked over our area. It'll be clear overnight, upper 30s and low 40s. Somewhat cooler on Wednesday. We'll be staying in the low 60s with sunshine. And then we rebound right back into the 70s and sunny on Thursday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 27 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 61%. Winds currently out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour. For today, downright pleasant. I would even say not really. It's not summer, but it's certainly not fall either. Seems too warm. But sunny, 71 for a high today. Yeah, we're hitting the 70s. Winds will be out of the southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear. Expect an overnight low of 41 degrees. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, dipping down back into the 60s. Sunny and 63 for your Wednesday. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, clear. Overnight low of 34 degrees with winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, we warm back up to the mid-70s. Sunny and 75 with west winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear skies, overnight low of 40. Sunny and 72 for your Friday. And then looks like it's a tale of two different weather stories for the weekend. For Saturday, going to be nice. Sunny, high of 73. But Saturday night, mostly clear, overnight low of 33. And then Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 57. So I'm going to take a stab. Saturday or Saturday night's going to get windy, breezy to bring in, a 20-plus degree temperature difference between Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, when you head back to work and school, sunny skies, highs in the upper 60s. All right, it is 20 minutes after 7. We're going to take a quick commercial break. That includes your Roswell Livestock Report recap with Smiley Wooten, and then we'll play our interview here with Charlotte Gurule from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 963 head of cattle sold on Monday on a higher market with excellent buyer attendance compared to the sale 2 weeks ago, and the futures market trending higher and seeing more weaned cattle. Stocker calves sold 40 to 50 higher. Feeder cattle 30 to 40 higher. Packer cows and bulls $4 to $6 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers $555, $575. 3 to 400 pound heifers $460, $480. 4 to 500 pound steers $457, $555. 4 to 500 pound heifers $392, $460. 5 to 600 pound steers $382, $457. 5 to 600 pound heifers $357, $392. 6 700 pound steers $342, $382. 6 700 pound heifers $308, $357. 7 800 pound steers $306, $342. 7 800 pound heifers $270, $308. Packer cows $160, $174. Canner and cutter cows $148, $156. Packer bulls $180, $188. Feeder bulls $168, $175, and the cow-calf pairs and bred cows not well tested this week. We do appreciate the business. Only one more shopping day left at RLA. We will sell next Monday, the 15th. Miss the sales of the 22nd and the 29th for the holidays. Be back selling Monday, January the 5th. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock.
When managing a chronic illness, access to the right treatments makes all the difference. Artesia General Hospital's Infusion Center provides IV therapy and biologic treatments, so you don't have to travel far for care. Expert infusion therapy right here in Artesia. Call 575-736-8256 today to learn more.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
It doesn't matter if you've been naughty or nice. Everyone gets our very best price during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford.
It's the final days to trade up for less during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford. Last chance for 0, 0, 0. That's 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down payments, and 0 payments till March 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Worried that your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, 0 down, 0 APR, and 0 payments till March 2026. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is 1667 per thousand financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
Are you a closer who's tired of caps, limited leads, and begging for scraps? Pecos Valley Broadcasting, the dominant radio and live streaming force in Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad, is hiring one senior account executive in the Carlsbad-Artesia area who can handle current clients, sell ideas and promotions, and continue to build their list. You'll have the chance to promote ideas that actually move cars, sell furniture, and make people hungry, giving businesses the opportunity to be noticed with uncapped commissions. If you've got at least 2 to 3 years in outside sales or crushing radio, TV, or digital sales in southeastern New Mexico, send your resume now to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Apply today. Pecos Valley Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And welcome back to the morning show. And joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, Charlotte Gurule back with us. Good morning, Charlotte.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing? I'm sorry I missed last month. I was under the weather, but But from everything I heard, you guys do what you do and had a great event.
It was a great event. You know, we did miss you, but I understand, you know, things happen.
Life happens when you get older.
Life happens to all of us, right. It was definitely a nice event. We had a really good turnout.
Awesome.
We had to bring out more tables and chairs.
That's an amazing problem to have.
Yes, it is. Food was great. The presentations were wonderful.
Very
and
good.
Mike Espiritu did just, you know.
Mike's a great guy and of course, veteran and community leader. So definitely a great person to talk to. So definitely I would recommend if you don't get a chance to meet Mike, get it. You know, there's a lot of opportunity. Of course, the air races, everything else. But if you never met him, go meet him. He's a good guy.
He's really awesome.
Absolutely.
Really did an amazing job. So.
Well, kind of turning to this month's Federated Republican Women meeting, kind of also being it is December and the Christmas month, this is another one of your more of a festive type meetings.
Right.
And I mean, it's a functional meeting, but it's a more festive meeting as well.
It's our Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have that scheduled for the 17th. I want to make sure I get my dates
Yes.
right. Wednesday, December 17th.
Yeah.
And this is just, you know, for a Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
We have Sean Lee from Grace Community Church coming out with a special Christmas message and then singing for us.
Very good. Oh, that's right. He's multifaceted,
Yes,
multi-talented.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. You know, we're going to have a great meal scheduled.
Good
and,
deal.
You know, maybe a few other surprises. So
Yeah, it's a Christmas one, and we'd love to, come now. They ask you RSVP. That way they can have enough food for everybody here.
Exactly.
And of course, several different ways. Of course, if you know any Chaves County Federated Republican women, you hit them up. They'll be happy to reserve a spot
Right.
for you. You can always go to the Facebook page, leave a message or there, and go. Also, there's an email address that you can.
RSVPCCFRW@gmail.com.
Very
yes,
good.
You can.
And any of those will get you there and get to that. And of course, and with this one, you kind of want, because normally we could say you can come and not enjoy the food, but this is kind of a Christmas party, so it's kind of, there's not really like a formal, I mean, we have Sean Lee, who's going to sing and speak, but we're not having necessarily candidates speak or other community leaders talking about agenda or issues or anything
more
like
of a
that.
festive occasion,
Yeah.
with some, just a great meal and celebrating with all of the other members.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's really
Come out,
come
join us.
so come and eat.
Right, the meal's going to be great.
Yes, I'm sure.
We have chopped steak,
Okay.
with gravy, baked potato and veggie,
Nice.
salad, and dessert for
Very
$17.
good. Very good. Yeah. Where else are you going to get steak dinner for $17?
Right.
You can't get a value like a fast food value meal for about that nowadays. So.
Yeah, so this is our Christmas celebration to, finish out the year. I do have several openings coming up on the board. And,
And always looking for new members, too.
Oh, absolutely. I was looking, I was fortunate to have some of the board members stay on an additional year.
Okay.
When I took office. And
so this will be year 2 officially for you, right? Going into
January,
going into year 2.
Year
right.
2. So we have a few board openings, which, I'd like to encourage people to step up, come out and have some fun. It doesn't take a lot.
Absolutely.
Maybe, it's maybe an event once a year or.
Well, next year we'll get a little busy because it'll be election year. So, so you're going to have a few more events on tap and a few more things going on. But this is the time to get involved, especially if you have a passion for your community and things. And in the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, they kind of attack it from 2 prongs. And what I mean by that is if you want to get involved with candidates and that side of things, there's many opportunities but there's a whole service side in terms of just helping nonprofits and things locally here in our own community, Assurance Home. And so if that's your passion, there's a niche for you with the Federated Republican Women. So if you want to get involved politically or if you want to just be in the service, helping youth and things like that, either way, there's a role for you with the Federated Republic.
Right. It is going to be a busy year, with elections and campaigns and stuff. But we do have the committees, and those are the folks that I'm hoping that I can, recruit to come out and join us
Step
and
up.
have some fun. Yeah, step up. We have several committees that, have events or have projects once a year. So, that would really be fun. And, we're a great group of
So it's a social
members.
group too. Yeah,
Yes, it
yes,
is.
you're busy. You
We're
do a lot
busy.
of great work, but at the same time, if you're looking to meet new people and kind of broaden your friendship circle a little bit, this is a great chance because I imagine when a lot of the women, when they're not doing business-related stuff, they are hanging out and having dinner together or going to a show together or something together. That's very common.
We get together and, there's always something going on. I mean, even if it's, grabbing lunch or, a cup of tea, cup of coffee. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And fellas, though you cannot be, a main member of the Federated Republic of Women, you can serve in a kind of an auxiliary type role, associate type role, and but very much needed, very much a part of the organization as well too. So so generally, if your spouse is a Federated Republican woman, then more than likely you can be involved as well too, serving as an associate. Here, so.
We have some very informative speakers come in throughout the year, so we encourage
absolutely
bring your spouse and have them join as
absolutely.
An associate.
And if you're not quite ready to dip a toe in the being a part of it yet, then I at least start coming to the monthly meetings on a regular basis. Come there. Here, I mean, this one will be more of a party celebrate thing, which is come and meet some people and shake some hands. But beginning in January, it'll be back to the grindstone with imagine a lot of legislative stuff probably on tap for the January meeting, because that'll be right around that time a year.
Exactly.
And so, and then we'll hit the ground running there. So.
Very true. So this one's just celebration and Christmas themed, and so come out and join us.
It's a steak dinner or lunch in this case, and of course the Elks do an amazing job with the food and everything there. They've been a gracious host for the last year or so here, since the flood, since you lost your normal home.
They've been amazing.
Yeah.
The food is great. The venue is large enough to accommodate our group, and we hope that continues to grow.
Absolutely.
So,
and this is well, and this is when I always argue, if you want to see change in your community, if you're waiting on the government, or if you're waiting on other people to do that, you're going to be waiting a while. You need to roll up your sleeves and get involved. And so pick your passions, pick the things that you feel passionate about, and get involved with them. And if it's certainly here with the state of affairs as far as our leadership in New Mexico, Chavez County Federated Republic Women's a great way to get to take a bite into that and help out with that. And I always tell people, this state has been so one-sided liberal since its existence that's really where the real problem lies, and it would equally be a problem if it was one-sided conservative for that long. You've got to have a semblance of balance. That's where good. So forget leaning conservative. We want to get to the state to the middle. Then we can talk leaning conservative. Right. Let's get to the middle where we have people, and it really starts at this level. Getting, you see our legislature, you see the numbers there. If you want to turn the tides, you got to get more involved. Obviously, the representatives from this part of the state, most of them do lean conservative, but that's not the case in 90% of the state and 90% of what's going on in Santa Fe. So you got to start making headway one at a time. And so, and this is
Senator Candy Giselle is one of our board members.
Yes.
So she's there. She does just a wonderful job. We went out and delivered dictionaries last month to the rural to the valley.
That's kind of another one of the traditions of the with the dictionaries and everything. That's something you guys do quite often.
Just a wonderful job. We went out to Lake Arthur, Dexter, Hegerman schools, and we distributed dictionaries to the third graders there.
Yeah.
But she does just an incredible job of teaching the kids how to use the dictionary.
Sure.
And makes it fun for them. So we were there on hand, and that was my first time that I had gone with them when they distributed. She just does an amazing job with the kids and with the community.
Absolutely.
She's wonderful.
And the sad part is we're living in a world where things is what we would look at as how to use a dictionary is not a automatically knowledge set anymore.
I know.
With the phone and technology doing everything for us. Yeah. Things like what's a thesaurus? What's a dictionary?
Right.
How do you use one of these?
Don't pick up that phone. There's a book right in front of you. Yeah. So the kids, really enjoyed, learning how to use the dictionary.
Yeah. Well, it's important to have these skill sets because,
it is.
That's part. I always believe, even with say musicians, nowadays you can literally get on a computer and become a musician, but if you don't understand music and how it works and the notes, you're not going to be a very good one.
Right. Right. So that was really a fun event for me. The first time I had gone with them, and it was Joan and Candy and a few other members, and we went out there. It was just wonderful. wonderful event.
So if you want to get more involved in that way and see that, then that's the get there too, of course. And then, of course, the great part is obviously up until primary season, the Chaves County Federated Republican Women play neutral on all the races until once the Republican candidates have been decided. That's when they go full bore backing into the candidates so forth. And, of course, that's where you can get more involved, too. But that being said, while you're a member of the Federated Republican Women, if one of these candidates, resonate with you and talk to you, and it's an opportunity for you to get more involved and reach out and say, hey, I want to support this person's campaign. And so being a member of the organization kind of gives you an in on some of that.
And I'm sure we'll have plenty of the candidates come out and speak to the members. So
Absolutely.
If you want to know more about a candidate, come out and join us.
Absolutely. And that's what the meetings are about. Every month when you come to the meetings, because you not only get to hear them speak formally, but a lot of times they're, mingling before or afterwards, and you can go right up and talk to them, shake their hand, and ask them, how do you feel about this particular issue? And they'll tell you.
We have the candidates, but, we also have the elected officials. They join the luncheon, and so they're available if you want to talk to one of them.
And they're a great
take the time.
resource for kind of learning how the sausage is made. And what I mean by that is a lot of times, like when you get like a city manager or county manager or someone of that level, they know the ins and outs of the how the city's run, how the county is run, how various forms of government's run, and so a lot of times they can come and just as much of an information. It's just. You want to know why it's confusing here? It's because this is the process for that transparency, for the ability to keep corruption out. We have to do it this way. And so sometimes just coming and listening to them tell you how the day-to-day is run is very informative and interesting as well, too. So even not during election cycles, when you have like these elected or appointed officials coming in, they're really just explaining to you, especially at a local level, just how it works around.
Providing an update for the community.
And that's such a very, very valuable tool to have. And if you know how the system works, that's how you can work it to your advantage to make the changes you want to make. And so.
So we'll have candidates coming out. We'll have the legislators giving us a recap of, the session after January. So, and city county manager come up and give us an update of what's going on in the community. So, a lot of information. We try and make them our luncheons as informative as possible. That's one of our objectives.
It's a packed hour every.
Right.
And the good news is, it's 11:30 is when everything kind of gets going, but you'll be out the door about 1 o'clock there.
1 o'clock.
So you can get back to your afternoon, or you can lie to the boss and tell them went long. I don't care, but if they check on you, you might get outed.
So come out and join us for Christmas. Again, that's at the Elks Lodge, 1720 North Montana.
Yes.
And
that'll be the 17th of December.
On Wednesday. December 17th.
The Wednesday before Christmas, not the one right before Christmas, but the week before Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
So.
We'll have a great meal. We start serving at 11:30 when you come in, so you can grab, your plate. The buffet line's usually open, and then we'll just get started, right at noon.
That's right.
We'll
and like
be
I
out
said,
of there by 1 o'clock.
Should be music and of course mingling and a few things we're not going to let the cat out of the bag quite yet on, but you'll learn here on Wednesday.
Exactly. Come out and join us. RSVP. I can provide my number 575-626-6667.
There you go. And give out that email address to RSVP as well too.
It is, and make sure I get it right. RSVPCCFRW@gmail.com. Or, again, you can, respond to the Facebook. Let us know you're going to be
leave a
there.
message there. Or if you know a Federated Republican woman, leave a message. Say, hey, me plus one coming next Wednesday, and they'll get that information to the powers that need it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, thank you very much, Charlotte. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we look forward to big and bright things in 2026, and hopefully a busy but successful year.
Absolutely. I've got 1 year under my belt, so I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah, you'll be a veteran now. You'll be kind of just doing it blind. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
And have an amazing Christmas and New Year's, and we'll see you in 2026.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good deal.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Federal Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives Bureau has now been called into Roswell to investigate the fire at the Roswell Air Center late last week. A hangar leased to airplane parts dealer Air Sale caught fire Thursday night and destroyed the building and everything inside. After the fire was put out, the ATF said the Roswell Fire Department reached out to their national response team to help determine a cause. That team includes investigators, explosive experts, engineers, and forensic chemists. Explosions during the fire are believed to have been caused by propane tanks. Artesia City Council member Jared Moreau will be filling in at today's Minute with the Mayor. Because of Christmas, today is the final Minute with the Mayor and City Council meeting of 2025. Stop by Kith and Kin and ask Councilor Moreau any of your questions. The event runs 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at 105 North 5th Street in Artesia. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Thinking about buying a new laptop? This is your moment. If you wait, you're going to pay a lot more. I'm Kim Commando. In just one click, ExpressVPN encrypts your online activity through secure servers, so no one can track or sell your browsing history. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. Laptop makers are warning that prices are about to jump, thanks to a perfect storm. New AI demands more powerful chips, bigger batteries, and upgraded memory. At the same time, the supply chain for key parts like processor and screens, they're tightening up. Manufacturers are also shifting to higher-end models, which means fewer budget laptops on shelves and higher prices across the board. Put it all together, here's the bottom line. The laptop that costs $800 today could cost $1,000 or more in a few months. So if your laptop is slow, glitchy, or on its last charge, don't wait. These are the lowest prices you're going to see for a long time. Enter to win a $500 Amazon gift card right now at winfromkim.com. Did you know that every time you go online, someone is watching? Your internet provider is recording everything you do. That's how scammers and advertisers get a hold of your info. With ExpressVPN, your online activity is completely protected. It encrypts everything you do and reroutes it through secure servers, so no one can see what websites you visit or what apps you use. That keeps your info completely private. You can even connect to any of ExpressVPN's 105 secure server locations worldwide, giving you access to apps and content that might normally be blocked. ExpressVPN is super easy to use. It only takes one click. It works on laptops, phones, tablets, and even TVs. Plus, it comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Right now, you can get my special offer of 4 extra months with ExpressVPN. Just go to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim for 4 extra months of privacy protection. It's the VPN I use and trust. expressvpn.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low 70s and lots of sunshine today and not too windy. Might be a little bit breezy in the afternoon. We have a big high pressure system parked over our area. It'll be clear overnight, upper 30s and low 40s, somewhat cooler on Wednesday. We'll be staying in the low 60s with sunshine, and then we rebound right back into the 70s and sunny on Thursday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's catch you up with some girls hoops from over the weekend. Roswell and Goddard were both at the same tournament, the Artesia City of Champions tourney, and Goddard finished third after losing on Friday in the semifinals to eventual champ Academy 64-34. Goddard bounced back to defeat Deming 36-19 for third place. Goddard is 3-2. They'll next be in action against Melrose in the Moriarty tournament, the Alice King tournament. That's Thursday morning at 11:30. Meanwhile, Roswell on Friday defeated Carlsbad handily 52-24, and then Roswell knocked off Artesia for the fifth place game. That was a 58-53 victory on Saturday. Roswell is 3-1. They'll play at Lovington Tuesday tonight at 6:30. The Sports Report brought to you by TSI. Call TSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. Congressman Jim Jordan says despite Democrat promises, Obamacare is a failure.
Remember what they told us. You like your plan, you can keep your plan. You like your doctor, you can keep your doctor, and premiums will go down. Well, those are 3 lies. 15 years later, none of that's worked.
The Ohio Republican spoke with the Salem Radio Network. It seems the Affordable Care Act enrollment is slightly ahead of last year so far, despite expiring subsidies. Initial new federal data shows the number of Americans signing up for the Affordable Care Act healthcare insurance for 2026 is moderately higher than it was at a similar time last year, even as subsidies set to expire at the end of this year will make the coverage more expensive for many. But experts caution that the numbers are an incomplete snapshot of total enrollment, which still could show a decline by the end of the open enrollment period. The S&P 500 slipped 0.3% Monday, but it remains near its all-time high set in October. For the Wall Street Business Report, Bernie Bennett, Washington.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU Student Success. That's what we're about.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flantas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:48. Got a few minutes here before news at the top of the hour. Hey, if you don't have dinner plans for tonight, then might I offer some Dion's Pizza, salad, or subs, or all of the above. Tonight, head on over to Dion's Pizza on South Main and West Wilde. And tonight, for a community night, as they do at Dion's very frequently, they have community nights where a portion of the sales that evening go to different organizations in our community. But for tonight, if you go out and enjoy Dion's Pizza between the hours of 5 p.m., you can help Valley View Elementary School. A portion of sales between the hours of 5 and 8 this evening will be donated to the group. You can stop by or call ahead or order online at dions.com or for dine-in or pickup. So come on out, and thank you for supporting Valley View Elementary, and head on over to Dion's. And if you need suggestions, I can help you. Pizza, any of their pizzas are good. The 505 is a classic, the green chili pepperoni. But I would say take a dive into some of their gourmet pizzas. They got some really good ones there, too. My go-to on sandwiches is the turkey. I get the turkey, and however, the turkey normally comes with Greek dressing. Swap that bad boy out for green chili ranch and then dump it on your turkey sandwich. Dump it, literally. Just take that top, peel it back, and just pour it right over top that turkey. You'll thank me later. But come on out to Dion's tonight between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. and support Valley View Elementary School, as a portion of all sales at Dion's tonight will go right to them. So big thank you to them for doing this. I love that they do those kind of events and things all the time here. Also, while we got things coming up, want to put this on your radar. The Roswell Symphony Orchestra presents their Christmas classics this Sunday, December 14th, at the Pearson Auditorium at 2:30 p.m. You can enjoy your favorite Christmas pieces. They're back this year, including White Christmas, music from the Polar Express, medleys, and the Messiah, with special guest Jasmine Said, Scott Bracken Tripp, Zachary McAllister, and the Roswell Symphony Orchestra Chorus as well. Again, that's going to be this Sunday at the Pearson Auditorium right here on the NMMI campus, 2:30 p.m. Also, get your tickets. You can do this right now for their season fundraiser, where you can get these online, same place you can get your tickets for the Christmas Classics concert. But they're having their season fundraiser, and the drawing will be held Sunday at the Christmas Classics concert. You don't have to be present to win, so if you can't make the concert but want to get in on the drawing and the tickets and support the Roswell Symphony Orchestra, you can still do so. They're offering cash prizes, 3 different prizes, $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000 prizes. The tickets are $100 per ticket, and again, all the proceeds benefit the Roswell Symphony Orchestra. Log on to their website to purchase tickets for their drawing and to get tickets for Christmas Classics concert. Log on to RoswellSymphonyOrchestra.org to get your tickets. Again, that's RoswellSymphonyOrchestra.org and get your tickets there. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Actually, you could have a really cool, busy Saturday if you want, because if you play, you can go Sunday at 2:30, head on over to the Pearson and go check out their amazing performance. And then right after that, make your way to Church on the Move for their Christmas with Family event. That's going to be happening on Sunday as well. And that features, and that's really features a lot of fun. They're going to have a movie night, and they're going to be doing a drone show and everything else. And so they're, I believe folks are gathering around 5 p.m. I believe December 14th at 5 p.m. So you can, about the time you get out of the concert there, you can make your way on over to Church on the Move and, of course, enjoy free popcorn and hot cocoa and cotton candy, and then bring the family out for a great family night of movies and, of course, the amazing drone show. So Sunday's kind of planned. I'm telling you, football fans, that's way better, because most of the fans around here are Cowboys fans or, NFC East fans, and we all stink right now. Cowboys, they losing. Commanders, Eagles. I ain't lying. That was so happy, that game last night. The Chargers. You know what makes me laugh is, and this is, it's sad, but this is football. The Chargers are on like a 4 or 5 game winning streak, and they beaten some pretty good teams in there. Eagles last night. I think the Chiefs are in there. I can't remember who the other teams were, but the last time Washington got a win was like 8 weeks ago or something like that. And it was against the Chargers. We beat that was the last time Washington played any kind of game that was respectable. Well, that's not true. They lost a couple overtime games, so they played their hearts out. But getting a win, I just find it funny that now San Diego's whooping on everybody's like, wait a minute, Washington beat those guys. And we looked good that game, too. That was the one game that everyone's like, all right, now we're seeing that NFC East, champion game we were expecting here. But no, nothing after that. So what I'm telling you is, don't worry about football on Sunday, because, quite frankly, unless you're a Broncos fan, your team probably stinks right now. So come on out and enjoy a great concert with the Roswell Symphony Orchestra, and then head on out to Church on the Move for their Christmas with Family event. Also, don't forget, on Christmas Eve, Church on the Move will host their Christmas massive New Year's Christmas Eve service. That'll be on Christmas Eve. But stay tuned next hour. I'm sorry, not next hour. In the 9 o'clock hour. I was thinking I was in the 8 o'clock hour. And around 9:15, we're going to have Pastor Troy from Church on the Move join us and tell you more about Sunday with their events going on there. Let's see. What else do we want to mention here? Oh, I and this is where I'm a little, I pay attention to some things and other things I don't really pay attention. So, and certainly pop culture, I'm way out of that connect for the most part, unless it hits like the mainstream, or when it usually hits that point, kids are way past it, Like, I'm pretty sure, I feel like since every adult pretty much is kind of at least aware of the 6-7 thing, I feel like that is about, if it's already not becoming popular with kids, I think they're going to ditch that pretty quick. Because if you want to get kids to ditch something that's popular, parents, you start promoting it, and it'll go away quick. So now that the parents are getting, or at least it's on their radar, I won't say get wise because I still don't know what it means, but it's on their radar, just start doing it, and then this will go the way of the dodo. But anyway, I'm not really connected pop culture wise, but so I have watched the Stranger Things. I've watched the beginnings, and I've been kind of keeping season by season for the last 2 or 3 seasons. And of course the first installment of the final season came out here Thanksgiving. The next installment comes out right around Christmas, I think. And so I've watched the first 4 episodes, and I really like it. I really enjoy watching that show because they do such a good job of kind of, to me it's Goonies. It's really Goonies, but a little more darker. That's what Stranger Things is to me. If you love the movie Goonies, it really much has that vein of that 80s kids all, together, parents nowhere in sight kind of thing. And it just has that vibe, but it's just a little more darker with a whole, the demon things in the underworld and all that kind of stuff. But it's really good show. But anyway, they and the way Goonies does it, how you get invested in the characters and you root, that show does the exact same feels on that. But anyway, one of the main characters of that show, the actress is named Millie Bobby Brown. She plays the character 11 on the show for folks that don't watch the show. And now the show it's whatever season it's on, 5-6 seasons, but this show started like 10 years ago. And these kids were all like 10, 12, 13, maybe when this all started. A couple of them were like 16 or 17. But now, 10 years later, 11, who was, I think, like 11 when the show started, is now like 21. And so, and I'm going to take a guess that, because there is a big age gap, they really have to kind of age down the kids to make them look a little younger than they actually are, because at the end of the day, I don't think the show encompasses 10 years. In real time it does, but I think it's just a year or two in between there, I think. I don't know. But anyway, it just doesn't jive. But so I saw the Millie Bobby Brown. She was on Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon the other day. And that's the first time I saw her not really watching Stranger Things. And she looked like a full-on adult, and it just blew me away. And I was like, wait a minute, I just saw now she looks older, certainly, than she did at the beginning of the show. But she didn't look like adult like she did on, like, and then Sean was telling me, yeah, she's like married and, all this. And I was like, what? So I just blew me away. I saw that earlier. But now I'm kind of curious. I'm like, wait a minute, because I'm not in the bubble of all this. I don't, back in the day, you were plugged in as a when you were in that age window, but I'm not anymore. So I'm not online looking up these details because I don't care. I just watch the show or whatever. But I happened to see it, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So, but if you haven't watched Stranger Things and you like Goonies type thing, it's really good. It is pretty good. I know it's very mainstream, but and what I liked about it too is like, because since there's such a big gap, but like a year between each season, you almost forget what happens and everything. And I was kind of like that, but that's what they do such a great job of. Oh, okay, now I get a plug. It took me like half an episode to kind of mentally get, oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. But pretty good. So definitely check it out. But get through the first couple episodes first. To me, those were slow, but once you get through those, it gets really good. So All right, we are closing in on 8 o'clock. Dr. Sean Powell with Eastern Mexico University Roswell will join us next hour. We'll be back on the other side of news. Town Hall News is coming up next. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The economy takes center stage. President Trump visits Northeast Pennsylvania later today. The visit comes one day after he announced a $12 billion aid package for America's farmers, and as high prices remain top of mind for many Americans.
The president will visit Mount Pocono, where he's expected to focus on the inflation crisis and affordability.
The Democrats caused the affordability problem, and we're the ones that are fixing it.
The president has described affordability as a con job and a hoax. However, his White House has been taking steps recently to counter the persistent economic concerns of Americans. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The Trump administration has authorized chipmaker NVIDIA to sell advanced AI chips to China. The BBC's Nick Marsh says it represents a major national security policy about face, lifting a ban on the sale of those chips to China.
Now they have this enormous Chinese market to sell to and sell their very top-end chips to. The downgraded, modified chips that they were trying to sell to Chinese customers in order to comply with this ban, they just weren't selling. So this is a big win on the commercial front for NVIDIA. Donald Trump's argument is that this ban was stifling innovation for NVIDIA and for the whole industry, and therefore was harming the possibility of American jobs.
Request granted. A federal judge says the Justice Department can publicly release investigative materials from a sex trafficking case against longtime Jeffrey Epstein confidant Ghislaine Maxwell. Fed policymakers opening a two-day meeting today, at the end of which they're expected to announce a quarter-point interest rate cut. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is up 129 points, while the NASDAQ is 28 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, it's Mike Gallagher. The holidays are right around the corner.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
It brings death to a group of swimmers.
A powerful wave killed 4 people and left 1 missing at a popular seawater pool on Spain's Tenerife Island. The pool is known for its volcanic rock and cement barriers and can be dangerous during rough seas. Local media reports a weather advisory was in effect, and one said the pool had been closed for almost a week. This man says swimmers ignore warnings. He says the danger is indeed signposted, but nowadays the issue of taking selfies and all that, well, it's happening. Accidents everywhere in the world. The local mayor says we ask people to pay attention to the signage put up by authorities. I'm Ed Donahue.
The International Monetary Fund has approved the release of $1.2 billion to Pakistan. Gives the cash-strapped country a boost as it works to recover from one of its worst economic crises in years. News and analysis at townhall.com. You might say they were out to retrieve a record.
Dog lovers gathering Monday in Argentina in an attempt to set a world's record for the most golden retrievers ever assembled in one park. The old record, 1,685. As the furry friends entered the park, it seemed for a while like the old record was safe. But as the day wore on, the golden retrievers just kept coming in, and it's a new record. 2,397 golden retrievers in one park at the same time. Jason Walker reporting.
Warner Brothers Discovery's friendly agreement to sell itself to Netflix has gotten upended by a hostile actor. Paramount has made Warner shareholders a higher offer, and it's touching off what is likely to be a lengthy fight in the latest episode of media industry consolidation. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Juice
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Indeed. Welcome to it.
Yeah, I heard that story, if y'all were listening to the news there a minute ago, that they set the world record for the most golden retrievers in a... Apparently there was a previous number, which that oddly surprises me. But they broke the record with like 2,100 or whatever the final number was there. And the first thing I thought of was, man, those gardener or whoever maintains that park's that's a lot of poop to
That's
clean
an
up.
awful lot of poop.
That is now, I mean, I imagine they encourage people to pick up after their golden retrievers.
Sure.
I hope that was part of the event, was like, hey, bring your bags to clean up after your dog. But
now for the golden retrievers, that's like Woodstock, man.
Yeah,
they're like just kicking it with their, with their kind, just hanging, just a bunch of, like in Woodstock it was hippies. In this case, it's golden retrievers. Some babies were getting made.
Well, and all I'm saying is you're gonna have to treat this like your luggage at the airport. And what I mean is, if you've got like luggage that's like black or blue, and then it starts going around that carousel, you're like, that's not mine. That is. You're literally gonna have to put some foil hat or something on your golden.
Something to differentiate.
Mine's the one with the dreadlocks. I mean, something.
I put a Sharpie mark on his back leg, just send him back this way.
Because all of a sudden they're like, uh-oh.
You're not my person.
And then if your dog's named something like Spot or Rusty or something.
There's at least a couple of those.
Come here, Rusty, and about 30 of them are going to start rolling at you,
Somebody out there was like, Marley, and then like 70 of them were just like,
right. Or like, I'm going to say, there's still probably people that call their golden retrievers Yeller or something like that. Like, hey, Yeller! And just see how many of those bad boys come running.
Bunch of uncreative sons of guns. Now, I'm just waiting for that one owner to be out there going, Blackie, get over here. I named her ironically.
That's right. It's kind of like Tiny, but he's big, same kind of deal. It's like naming your Chihuahua, Butch. Or something like that. Hey, this is called a segue.
Hey.
Speaking of dogs.
Oh.
Hey, buddy, I want to tell you. If you are a recent college graduate, I would like to announce that the fine folks at Oscar Mayer are hiring for the Wienermobile program.
No!
Yes.
You have to be recently graduated?
According to this, yes.
Aw, man.
Oscar Mayer is looking for hot doggers to get behind the wheel of the Wienermobile. It's a 1-year full-time opportunity, and it's open to recent college graduates.
Yeah, they want pretty people.
Well,
that's what it comes down to.
At the end of the day, it's really this program.
They don't want fat schlubs like me and you out there showing their hot dogs. They need pretty people.
Yeah. Well,
who have never touched a hot dog in their life.
That's true. These are true statements. But they're looking. They're going to drive the 27-foot long hot dog on wheels.
27 foot?
That's how big it is.
That is an excessive amount of hot dog.
It is. Across the country, visiting upwards of 30 states and attending hundreds of events.
Man, the Wienermobile came through Roswell once.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I do. The 1-year full-time opportunity is open to recent college graduates with applications accepted through January 31st.
Now, if you're wanting to do this, don't get discouraged. There are more than one.
Yeah.
There's like 4 of them.
Well, here's what Oscar Mayer says. They will hire 12 hot doggers
There you go.
to drive the 27-foot hot dog on wheels and be the face of their multi-billion-dollar iconic brand, traveling across the country, visiting of upwards of 30 states and attending hundreds of events. Hot doggers also serve as content creators, developing custom content of their travels and creating social media videos.
Okay.
So you're a blogger.
Right.
Now the backstory here, and this is why it's a college graduate. The Hot Dogger program began in 1988, and it was designed to develop top talent and inspire future leaders who embody innovation, creativity, and community spirit. That's what they do. It's a program.
I'd love to go look at the Hot Dogger Hall of Fame and see if there's any notable names.
So I'm thinking, like, if you want to be a upper echelon of Oscar Mayer, I think getting in on the Wienermobile program is like your ticket.
Get your wiener in the door.
It's your. There it is.
In my head, I'm picturing it's like 3 a.m. on a Tuesday in Ada, Oklahoma at a Love's truck stop. The Wienermobile pulls up. The guy gets off just mad because they took a wrong turn.
Right.
He has to go in to get coffee, and everybody needs to go to the bathroom or whatever.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Wienermobile inside's tricked out, right?
I've
Is it like an
wandered
RV
inside.
back there?
Kind of, yeah. There's like a couch. There's a TV set up.
So is there
there
like a sleeping quarters for the wiener? The hot
I
dogger?
have to imagine if they're hiring 12.
Yeah.
I have to imagine there's backups.
Because maybe that's the deal is they part. Because I gotta be honest, I've never in my life of 50 years on Earth like stayed at a motel and was like, oh, the Wienermobile's here at the Motel 6. The Wienermobile here at the La Quinta.
You'll never forget where you're parked. I'm 2 down from the Wienermobile.
What would happen if that thing goes to Albuquerque? Because you know and I know and we all know what happens when you leave cars at motel parking lots in Albuquerque. Next thing you know, they'll be on Channel 4 News. The Wienermobile was stolen from the... And then they'll go out to that... out to the desert, because it's usually like the trailers. They'll steal those utility trailers, and then they'll go chop them up
to
out
part
the
it
middle.
out. Can you just imagine a crew of dudes working to part out the Wienermobile?
I feel like there's some trackers on that thing.
Yeah, gotta imagine. Wienermobile has to be low jacked.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I wonder, because obviously they like. If you another factoid to share at the water cooler, the Wienermobile debuted in 1936.
Wow.
So obviously, it's not the original Wienermobile. The 1936 probably, had the bare minimum of amenities and engines and all that. And I'm gonna take a. So I wonder if there is like a museum where you can see like this is the 1960s Wienermobile. This is the 70s Wienermobile. Like where do these Wienermobiles go when they're done being Wienermobiles? I've got so many questions.
Off
now.
to a pasture. They can live out the rest of their days.
I mean, like what's like is there some guy that lives in the middle of Arizona that has a junkyard full of Wienermobiles? What's going on?
There isn't a dedicated Wienermobile museum.
Okay.
But a classic 1952 Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is on permanent display at the Henry Ford Museum.
Okay.
In Dearborn, Michigan.
So
it's their primary museum home.
Okay. So I'm going to take a stab. There's like some Wienermobile boneyard out there somewhere.
The Wienermobile boneyard?
Yes. And there's some old dude in coveralls.
Where did they go when... Hang on.
Sorry, I messed up your...
Where do Wienermobiles go when they're retired? Sounds like I set up a bad joke.
I mean...
Some older models end up in museums. Others are repurposed and sold off or become part of the brand's legacy, with new ones constantly being built to keep the iconic fleet going.
How do you repurpose a Wienermobile?
Some may be used for special events or even sold to private collectors. Through the majority stay within the Oscar Mayer family.
So let me ask this. Say you purchase in the private world, or black market, if you will, a Wienermobile. Do you have to like erase the Oscar Mayer markings and put your own
I don't think you'd have to.
I don't know.
I would, though.
Would you get a cease or desist from Oscar Mayer if you're diddy bopping around town?
Well, I got to imagine, though, that if you're investing in, like those guys who want the original Batmobile, like if you're investing in a classic Wienermobile, you're not going to have a problem. They're not going to have a problem with you driving it around town. It's like a status symbol, I would imagine.
I would imagine if you want to start the ultimate hot dog food truck, what better vessel than a Wienermobile?
That is true. Selling exclusively Nathan's hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to do some customization. Mm-hmm. Get the dude that bought the Elvis plane and turned the Elvis plane into a RV, and get. I'm sure he could definitely do a project where he turns an old Wienermobile into a Wiener food truck.
Well, first things first, we got to track one down.
Yeah,
and
then we got to get someone to cook hot dogs.
Then we need we're gonna need somebody to trick it out. Possibly that guy.
Yeah.
And finding somebody to cook hot dogs, I don't think that's going to be a problem in our business.
Thomas.
Just going to hit up Thomas.
We can call them radio hot dogs. That's the name of our and so we'll have the Wienermobile, but we're going to put weird 60s like rabbit ear antennas on it. And
KDOG-FM.
And it's literally going to be the cheapest, lowest quality hot dogs that they sell at a grocery store.
Right, Bar S.
No, these are below Bar S. These don't even meet the bar of Bar S.
I don't know, man.
It's below the bar.
I will say only the best is branded Bar S. So
now, if you were back in Maryland area and you said that of like SK, that's a big brand like there. But to be honest, they're about Bar S. They're about the same. But SK is made there in Baltimore. So if you bag on SK in that area, they generally frown upon that. But
I've driven by the Bar S like plant factory. Well, I guess it's not a plant. the processing plant in Oklahoma.
Hot dogs are growing trees?
Yeah. There's a bunch of them out in the back. Very short trees.
Well, that's the Vienna sausage trees.
No, little Smokies grow underground, turns out.
They're like turnips.
They're like tubers. I'm gonna pull those up.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If a Wienermobile is obtainable, I got ideas.
I've got a whole notebook in the back.
I got ideas. I mean, that's just saying, opportunities abound here. So, is our guest here?
Yes.
You're very good.
Yes, we can.
Is it Dr. Powell?
Stop filling time with wieners. I believe so. Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was about to say it's Dr. Powell, but it could be someone else from New York. I don't know. But Dr. Sean Powell going to join us here from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. In case you try out for the Wienermobile thing doesn't work out, Dr. Powell's got your backup plan for you.
I want to give you. I so badly want to give you credit for saying "in case" when talking about hot dogs, but I know it was not intentional.
But sometimes the jokes just lay out there on their own. So, all right. It is 8:17. Here is. Hold on. I've been having trouble lining up the buttons today. I don't know why. Can't see, I guess. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low 70s and lots of sunshine today and not too windy. Might be a little bit breezy in the afternoon. We have a big high pressure system parked over our area. It'll be clear overnight, upper 30s and low 40s. Somewhat cooler on Wednesday. We'll be staying in the low 60s with sunshine. And then we rebound right back into the 70s and sunny on Thursday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 33 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 49%. Winds are calm for the time being. Pretty nice day today. We're going to hit the 70s. Enjoy it. Sunny and 71. Winds will be out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a little breezy, but not too bad. Clear tonight. Overnight low of 41 degrees with west winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, dipping into a cooler compared to the rest of the week anyway. Sunny, 63 for a high tomorrow. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, skies will be clear with an overnight low of 34. Thursday, we warm right back up to the mid-70s, sunny and 75. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, another warm night, overnight low of 40 under clear skies. Friday, we're going to hang around in the low 70s, sunny and 72. Saturday, sunny and 73, but I'm they don't mention wind, but I'm going to say there's wind because Saturday we're going to be at 73 for a high. Sunday we're going to be at 57 for a high. So I'm going to guess we're getting a wind event rolling through Saturday into Saturday night there. And then we'll be in mid-60s when you head back to work and school on Monday of next week. All right, it is 8:19. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then Dr. Sean Powell will join us from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Rio Pecos Medical Associates proudly welcomes Dr. David Fucinari, OBGYN. With advanced training in minimally invasive techniques, Dr. Fucinari is the first in our community to offer robotic surgery for women experiencing heavy or painful periods, pelvic pain, uterine fibroids, and more. Dr. Trevor Miller, Family Practice and Obstetrics, provides prenatal and OB care along with comprehensive primary care for the whole family, including wellness exams, acute visits, chronic disease management, skin procedures, and joint injections. Rio Pecos has expanded care once again by adding pediatrics. We welcome Kim Hansen and Rihanna Shaw, both experienced pediatric nurse practitioners who share a commitment to compassionate, patient-centered care and who have earned the trust of our community over the years. Book your appointment for OBGYN, family practice, or pediatric care online at riopecosmed.com or call 575-622-6322. Rio Pecos Medical Associates, advancing health and wellness for every generation.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I'm here to tell you watching the game from a sorry recliner is not how life should be enjoyed. You could have a power recliner with an adjustable headrest in your favorite spot right now. American built and a solid guarantee are the reasons we stand behind our recliners, and you can be confident in the service we provide. So pull your backsides from that old chair and cheer for your team in style. Come down and see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
If you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, look no further. The Roswell Hyundai Used Car Super Center. With a huge selection of vehicles to choose from, nearly every make and model, you're sure to find the vehicle that fits your needs and budget. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Super Center has something for everyone. The #1 used car super center in Southeast New Mexico, 2 years in a row. Roswell Hyundai, the fun place to buy a car. 1909 West 2nd. Temperatures are falling, and Fulkerson wants to get you ready for the seasons ahead with the Right Fit membership program. For as little as $15 per month or $199 a year, you can rest assured knowing your unit is ready. With biannual HVAC maintenance, as well as reduced dispatch fees, even in the middle of the night. Plus, a 15% discount on all services provided by Fulkerson, as well as preferred scheduling. Be ready for the seasons ahead. Become a Right Fit member with Fulkerson today. Call 575-319-9984 to find out more. Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Roswell and surrounding areas.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, Dr. Sean Powell back with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, Mike?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Good.
I know this is kind of a busy time where it's kind of that, semester's wrapping up, graduation. It's kind of that transition time at the college, so probably pretty busy right now.
This is finals week. We have graduation on Thursday. And I want to thank all the faculty and staff and the students. Mm-hmm. The work that they've done this past year and past semester is just amazing. The number of graduates is up 42%.
That's awesome.
Last December. So they're getting their work in and getting
and that's
it done.
A win-win for everybody, because and this is what I love about it, is because this is what you guys do. You can pursue any dreams you want to using ENMUR as your base to do it, but you guys really do try to cater to, providing programs and things that meet the needs of the community. So when you get all these graduates that are coming through, these are going to be qualified people that we can plug into the workforce right away, or some already have in this case, but now they can go to the more advanced parts of their careers and things like that. So.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, the students, faculty, and staff have been working really hard to get to this point, and I appreciate all their efforts, and I'm looking forward to graduation on Thursday.
Yeah. So get out there and definitely, thank the staff and everything. They do an amazing job of working with these students, and, especially when you live in the world of technology nowadays, there's so many ways to connect with people and things, and I don't know, it just seems like back, when you and I were sitting in classrooms, it was kind of, it's one medium. You had one way to get to the professor. Certainly there wasn't online things. You had to make appointments at office hours and things like that. And then on the world, you're literally, I just texted my professor and we're good to go. You know what I mean? It's now, obviously, if you can't do that in other colleges, but here at Eastern you can. And so it's great that these instructors and staff, they're much more available than they would be, say, at some kind of Ivy League school or something like that.
Well, I think one of the beautiful things about a community college is the small class sizes and the relationships that the faculty and staff build with the students over the time period. Fewer students, more opportunity to interact with the faculty members.
Absolutely. Well, and it is a small town. Odds are you may have known them already from this, from another walk of life here. But that being said, with transition going on, now's the time. If you've been thinking about sign up for spring semester, this is the perfect time to start. If you have not registered with the college, get that done here before the Christmas. Everything shuts down for the Christmas break here. And, of course, then you can start going online and registering for classes and doing everything you need to do to get going here.
Absolutely. And I would just encourage people to go out and get on our website or come to campus and set up a time to talk with an academic advisor if they have questions. Roswell.enmu.edu is the website, and the opportunities are just amazing with all the different programs we have. I think we could meet pretty much everyone's needs and goals. And
absolutely.
Again, I just go back, our age range this semester is 13 to 78. And
there is no time too late or time too soon, really.
We really try to meet all the community needs that we possibly can, and that's a testament to the faculty and staff.
Absolutely. That's also what kind of, I think, that not only cultural but generational diversity creates a much cooler melting pot out there. Whereas if you go to a certain college, and obviously if you're at a 4-year institution where most people live on campus, things like that, they're all relatively in the same age range. Probably, dare I say, same experience level in life on most things as far as what they've seen and done. Whereas you come here, you could have people in your class that they've been out in the world for 20 years and do things, and so their perspective is going to be way different than someone that's straight out of high school or something. But you can have those discussions in the classroom. You get to share those experiences in the classroom. So to me, I think you're almost getting a much more diverse education by, starting here at Eastern or at a place where it's, and I get it, there's your things at the Ivy League and all that and the names and titles, but as far as experience and a better grasp of what it's like being in society, I think, starting at ENMR is a perfect way to kind of experience that.
And the first 2 years, especially for students who want to go on for a 4-year degree or those who are just looking for a program for workforce training. And I shouldn't say just, I mean, if that's what their goal is, we have lots of opportunities on the health science side and the technical education side, as you know, and they can be very successful coming out after a year program or a 2-year program with us.
You can really write your own ticket here on things. And of course, if you're in the, definitely with the technical side and with the different, literally if you're kind of, I want to try to get to work and making good income as quick as possible, CDL program, there's other programs that you can be literally spend a semester or two at the college and you're in the workforce full time making a living good enough to support a family on. So,
well, and that meaningful wage and also generational wealth. And again, we've talked about this a little bit, but that whole idea of generational wealth for so many of our students, the first term college students, where no one else in the family has been in higher ed, and maybe not graduated high school, where they can come out of our 2-year program and be making very decent wages. And that generational wealth really depends on where you start from. It doesn't have to be an NFL quarterback salary. It
Absolutely.
can be a new car, a new house, being able to afford sending children to college. Those kinds of changes is what our campus is about. We're very excited to help the city and county that way.
Well, and let's just face it, that creates stability, not only, financially, but just, I would even say the family unit and things like that. When you're setting that table to create that, like you said, that opportunity for stability in families and things, and it starts with, steady incomes, things like that. It really does set the table for your own kids to have it easier than you had it, kind of thing. And that's, I think, almost all parents, that's the mindset. I want my kids to have an easier go at it than I had. I think that's something every parent, but what you're talking about here really sets that table for that to happen for your family, if that makes sense.
Well, and I want to give some credit to the Chamber of Commerce, both the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, the Hispano Chamber of Commerce, and also the Economic Development Corporation. They have been bringing in so many new businesses, and it's really amazing. We were out earlier last week at the equipment share groundbreaking, and Amazon, that building is up, and they're getting it fitted out so it can go into operation pretty soon. And then to the east of that is going to be the new location of Equipment Share. This is really an interesting concept to bring to Roswell. It's heavy equipment that they rent out and other tools for industry, but these bulldozers, the skid steers, all of the equipment are technologically driven, and you can't just get in it with a key and start it. You have to have the code to start it, and then
it's not like the old days where you just get behind the forklift and do your thing or whatever. It's a little more complicated now. Yeah.
And it tells you where you can get a pin that tells you where the equipment's located, and
wow,
so it can be tracked the whole time. And so we're looking forward to that business coming online. And I know there's other business proposals and business companies that are looking at moving to Roswell that are in development. So I really think this is a time of growth for the town and for the county, and looking forward to being a part of that.
Absolutely.
From the campus side.
ANMUR is kind of setting the table to provide the training and provide the next generation to go to fill these jobs, and as we get new growth and new industries and things coming through, and obviously with the Air Center and the changes we're seeing out there, obviously we're going to see a tick up in aviation businesses and industries setting shop up here and things. Unfortunately, Aircell had their big fire here a couple nights ago and things like that. I don't know. I know you just happen to be neighbors and things. Have you heard as far as does that set them back or anything? I don't think no one was hurt or nothing, but as far as their day-to-day operations, how much did that put a dent in their plans? Do you know?
So I don't know what the direct impact was on Aircell's operations. I know they didn't have any aircraft in the building. It was a storage facility.
So it's not as expensive of a fire as it could have been.
But here's another part about the campus. So that night last week when that fire happened, at 6 o'clock, our EMS graduates, the ones who are going to be paramedics, were graduating at 6 o'clock.
Wow.
And that ceremony went till about 7. And so 3 of our faculty
had to excuse themselves.
Well, the ceremony was over, and then they got called back, and then they were there from 8 o'clock till midnight.
Wow.
And then back at work on Friday, because they're working in volunteer fire departments or working in other capacities in the county. And so with that county-wide call that they put out for that building, like I said, we had 3 of our faculty members that were
Did they get out of their cap and gowns before they hopped into their EMS gear?
Well, and I think some of the students were involved also. I don't know the exact number because many of the students that are going through the paramedic program are already firefighters.
Sure.
And so they're trying to upskill their
Sure, they're trying to get farther, advancing their careers. Yeah.
Advancing their careers, and so they finished their paramedic program, and again did the pinning ceremony, had the cake, and then an hour later,
I feel like
they were out there in their.
I feel like that
uniforms.
should be some kind of way. Hey, you're really going for graduation in the field minutes later. It's like, all right, take the gowns off, put your gear on. We got to go out to the tarmac out here, or we got to go out to air cell. But,
well, yeah, and I found out about the fire about the same time I think the police department did. Our security out on campus notified us, hey, there's a big fire out here, but it doesn't look like it's going to impact campus. Yeah. And I want to express appreciation to our security forces and then also to the individuals in our physical plant because they always take care of campus, make sure it's a safe environment for people.
Yeah, and that's kind of the unique challenge of sometimes there is outside entities around that area just because of the nature of what goes on there. Like, okay, we got other security risks or other safety concerns that maybe other campuses don't deal with on certain things. But
well, just having all the businesses that are there at the Air Center
sure.
and aircraft maintenance always has risks and
well, I mean, and let's face it, there's
lots of solvents.
Yeah, lots of solvents, lots of tanks with fuels, and and that's why if you notice when you look at fire trucks and firefighting equipment on an airport, it looks kind of different than it does in the average firehouse here. It's because they got to put out fires different than water don't put fires out in their world. So they got to have other things. So, but right. That's just one of those unique risks that happen to be out there. But that being said, it's kind of neat to see that we've got folks that are already training, ready in the wings, right? Getting to, and they're doing it right here locally. And it's just, I mean, yes, obviously that was a tragedy having the fire, not as tragic as could have been, but thank God. But nonetheless, it is kind of neat to see. Oh, we got all right, graduates, let's go fight this fire. It's kind of, that's kind of a. It's almost like if you're going to shoot a movie of these guys going through their training, that's how you end it right there. All right, let's go fight this fire.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, is there any upcoming events over the holidays here, thing we want to put on people? I know the campus does quiet down here, but I know, there's usually a few things going on over the holidays.
Well, we have the several events on campus that are happening for students this week, and the bookstore is having a sale of items today. I know that's going on. We'll have graduation on Thursday, and then the campus will be open till the 23rd.
Okay. So if you got any signing, registering, sign up for classes, and you want to meet with advisors, 23rd is your deadline to get that done for 2025.
and if for some reason you can't do it, you might be able to do that online over the holiday break, depending on your status and whether you're a first-time student or not. But then we'll be back on campus January 5th.
Mm-hmm. And I would tell you this because it's just, classes, the earlier you sign up, the more variety of class times and schedules will be available to you. It's just, so if you have a very narrow schedule on what availability you have to take classes, the earlier you sign up, the easier it will be to make sure that you get the times and classes you want. Don't get me wrong, they're going to help you as best they can to do this right up until the first week of classes. However, make yourself life and everyone else's life a little easier by signing up now. Therefore, you don't have to worry about it and then come, first of the year, all you got to do is go down to the campus and get your books or get whatever you need to do to get settled in for the semester here. So.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that just always goes on around any college. The earlier you set up to enroll and the earlier you get those classes selected, the more options and choices you'll have.
Yeah.
Because just like you said, Mike, if someone waits till the end, the chances of getting the schedule they want go down quite a bit.
Absolutely. And particularly if it's a degree program that has a lot of folks. Now, obviously, more popular classes have more teachers, more class times, more availability. But some degree plans require one or two classes. Maybe that class is only offered once a week or one certain, instructor or certain. So you're going to have to be a little more creative on that one if that's the one you need. But yeah, your Englishes and math, the basics that everyone needs. There's usually a bigger variety of those because obviously more people need those. Right. So, but definitely, and then of course, like you were mentioning too about pantries and things like that. If you're a student and you're dealing with food insecurities or any of that kind of stuff, don't hesitate to reach out to the campus, visit the pantries, go talk to folks there. They'll be happy to put you in touch with folks that can help you immediately and probably long term a little bit on some of that stuff too.
Well, and that's one of the things that we really try to focus on is meeting student needs. And we know that there's a lot of food insecurity, not just in Roswell or Chavez County, but around the state of New Mexico.
Sure.
There's been lots of surveys that point to that. And so we do have a food pantry that students can take advantage of. And I know some people don't want to because of certain beliefs or opinions,
I get it. I mean,
but the thing
people
is,
are proud. They got pride. I get you. I'm the same mindset, but if you need help, and that's okay.
And that's why we have it set up. We also have a program called Timely Care, and this is free for students and faculty and staff also, and it's designed to offer free behavioral health, and so there's free counseling services and also free health provider services. And it's just a call-in service, or you can get on a digital meeting
like
with them or a virtual meeting, and you can get a prescription filled. And I tell people, if you get in a car wreck at 2 a.m, don't call.
That's not going to be very
care.
handy. That's what 911's for.
Go to the ER, right? Go to the ER.
But if you woke up and you're feeling like you got a cold or something, or feeling a little crummy, then you can get a teledoc appointment and kind of get whatever meds or whatever treatment's necessary.
And that's just something we provide for students because we know there's a need there.
Absolutely, and I get it. Even if you're young and just starting out, college students are they're broke by and large. I mean, obviously with your campus and there's established, so there's a little bit different. But if the average student's just fresh out of high school, they ain't got 2 nickels rubbed together. If they're doing it on their own, I remember those days of like back when we were younger. Places like Wendy's and all that had really amazing fixins bars, and you could go a long way on those fixins bars. They don't have so much of that anymore, so I get it.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about those in quite a while.
There's a lot of kids that had a lot of salads from the fixins bar. If you grew up back east like I did, there was a fast food joint called Roy Rogers. And it was the actor Roy Rogers, and they had the most amazing burger fixins bar of any fast food joint. I mean, it was almost like if you've ever been to a Fuddruckers, that level of pickles and lettuce and onions and sauces and everything. It was pretty good. And they also gave you French fries in a paper holster, which as a kid, who doesn't want that? So,
sure.
But anyway, you could stretch the salad bar a long way at Roy Rogers there. But I get it. That's how we functioned back in the day. And so if you do need help, please don't hesitate to reach out. There's lots of resources that are ready and waiting and wanting to help. And obviously too, if you feel that you were one of those folks and now you're doing pretty good, donate to these folks and say, hey, you guys helped me out at a time, and now that I'm doing better, I'd like to give back a little bit. That'd be an amazing thing to do if you can. So.
Sure. And for students, again, we're getting down to the end of finals week in the next day or two, and depending on when their exams are scheduled, but there is help, whether it's an ESL lab or a math lab, a writing lab. We still have those services available for students, and we'll continue to have those available.
Yeah, that's the other, the other side, because college is, let's face it, as you're pursuing your college degree or whatever it is, you're going to be challenged. That's the idea, is to push envelopes. And when you do hit those walls and struggle, there are, lots of resources, outside tutorings or, obviously working with your own professors and that they'll all support you in any way they can on that kind of stuff. But even if that's not enough, there are resources to sit down and work with you on specialized stuff. It's like, hey, I got this project, or I got finals coming up that, and they can help you, I guess at this point, crash course through that.
get that stuff done.
Absolutely. But make note of it for the spring semester. And of course, you're a new student, and either whether you're new to college life or maybe it's been a minute since you experienced college life and you need that refresher, or you need just that help navigating, don't hesitate to utilize all these resources, because especially your first time, it's going to be confusing. You're going to you're kind of learning on the fly a little bit, especially that first week if you've never been on the campus. You're just trying to figure out where your classes are and where to go get lunch and where's a quiet place to sit down and study. You're trying to navigate all those types of things. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, now these classes get hard. I got this paper to write. I need help. There's resources for all that kids, because especially if you haven't done it for a while, it's easy to get overwhelmed, or if you haven't kind of out of that mindset of being a student in a classroom environment. It takes a little bit. I know if you set me in a classroom today and I'd probably flounder. I'd be like, what do you mean write papers? I mean, because my brain at this point is like, what's the path of least resistance here?
Well,
we don't need to write a paper. I can knock this out in about a 5-minute speech.
Well, and motivation and experiences changes one's perspective.
This is true. But if you need, there's all types of resources there on the campus to work. And I'm sure, there's also the social side too. Within the classrooms, they start their own study groups and things, and take advantage of those types of things. Use your peers to lean on too. That's what they're there for.
Especially as we move through the holiday period. And I just want to make sure that people know the campus resources are available. And like I said, timely care is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And students, faculty, and staff can use that to help people or help themselves rather. And then also, we do have some positions that are open. And so if any people are looking for employment, they could look at our website, see if there's something on there that they might be interested in.
A couple have been filled already. The public may have heard. Check that off. That's job filled list.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, you might caught wind of that one. You might know a thing or two about a thing or two. But yeah, I'm absolutely. I know it's kind of funny. He's Dr. Powell and I were at the 100th anniversary gala for the Conquistador Council a couple weeks ago, having dinner at the same table, and it was kind of funny because my wife's a teacher, and then one of the other folks at the table, his wife's a teacher, and then of course yourself and your wife with education background. They were all like, hey, when I retire, they were all booking for jobs from Dr. My wife. So it was kind of making me laugh. They're all looking for jobs when they retire. So you might get a bunch of retired teachers knocking on your doors.
It wouldn't be a bad thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing. Well, and my wife retired after 31 years of teaching high school biology, and when she retired, she said, if you keep working for 10 years, that'd be great for me. The trouble is, I don't think the 10 years has started yet.
Yeah, I'm about to say, when does that kick in?
Yeah, I don't think it's started yet. So,
well, it is what it is. But please, they can. I guess is there the campus website, Roswell.edu.edu? You got just probably like a career opportunities tab or something along those nature. You can see all the openings there if you're interested. So
yeah,
good deal.
Definitely.
Did we get it all?
I think we covered it for this go around.
Excellent.
Like I said, classes will start back on the 12th of January, and then on the 19th we will have a Martin Luther King Jr. observation on campus, and so this is probably a good time to let people know that we are looking at that into January, and appreciate the committee and their work that they're doing getting that put together.
Yeah, absolutely. That's they've been doing they're kind of getting bigger and bigger each year with their MLK presentation each year. So it's good to see that. It's kind of evolving and growing over the years here too. So, and then don't forget, if you got any kind of business at the campus, get it done before the 23rd. That's when that'll be the last day that the campus shuts down for the winter holiday here. So, good deal. Well, thank you, Dr. Powell.
Thank you.
Happy holidays to you and your family, and you're gonna be in town, or are you gonna get out of town for a little bit?
No, we'll be here.
All right, good. Yeah. So, are they all coming to you, or do you get to?
No, we'll
just quiet.
Just quiet.
Those are some of the best Christmases. I mean, I love family and all that, but sometimes when you just got, especially after Thanksgiving, if you got everybody together, you're kind of like, all right, it's kind of nice here. No rules, just do what we want.
Right.
But happy holidays, and we'll see you, I guess, in 2026 here on the radio. I'll probably see you before then, but here back on the radio in 2026.
Well, happy holidays, and again, thank you for your support of our campus and helping our campus help the community. So appreciate all of that.
Anything we can do to help, please let us know. We're glad to do that, and thank you. Right. All right, it is 8:48. Let's pause for news and your sports update, and I believe your Wall Street update as well. Don't go away.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Federal Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives Bureau has now been called into Roswell to investigate the fire at the Roswell Air Center late last week. A hangar leased to airplane parts dealer Air Sale caught fire Thursday night and destroyed the building and everything inside. After the fire was put out, the ATF said the Roswell Fire Department reached out to their national response team to help determine a cause. That team includes investigators, explosive experts, engineers, and forensic chemists. Explosions during the fire are believed to have been caused by propane tanks. Artesia City Council member Jared Moreau will be filling in at today's Minute with the Mayor. Because of Christmas, today is the final Minute with the Mayor and City Council meeting of 2025. Stop by Kith and Kin and ask Councilor Moreau any of your questions. The event runs 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at 105 North 5th Street in Artesia. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's catch you up with some girls hoops from over the weekend. Roswell and Goddard were both at the same tournament, the Artesia City of Champions tourney, and Goddard finished third after losing on Friday in the semifinals to eventual champ Academy 64-34. Goddard bounced back to defeat Deming 36-19 for third place. Goddard is 3-2. They'll next be in action against Melrose in the Moriarty tournament, the Alice King tournament. That's Thursday morning at 11:30. Meanwhile, Roswell on Friday defeated Carlsbad handily 52-24, and then Roswell knocked off Artesia for the fifth place game. That was a 58-53 victory on Saturday. Roswell is 3-1. They'll play at Lovington tonight at 6:30. The Sports Report brought to you by TSI. Call TSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low 70s and lots of sunshine today and not too windy. Might be a little bit breezy in the afternoon. We have a big high pressure system parked over our area. It'll be clear overnight, upper 30s and low 40s. Somewhat cooler on Wednesday. We'll be staying in the low 60s with sunshine. And then we rebound right back into the 70s and sunny on Thursday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. Stocks open after gains slowed before another expected cut in interest rates now tomorrow. Today, Walmart moves from the New York Stock Exchange, where it's been since 1972, and goes on to the NASDAQ, home to many of the big tech stocks. Walmart says they're a high-tech powered e-commerce company now. Switching to the NASDAQ means more funds may buy Walmart stock and raise the price further. We'll let you know this afternoon. Walmart stock's already up about 27% this year. President Trump announced $12 billion in aid for farmers affected by droughts to trade wars. Now Paramount has made a hostile bid to buy Warner Brothers Discovery and HBO, offering to pay shareholders billions more than Netflix. Either way, the entertainment industry thinks there'll be fewer jobs, and movie chains and local movie theaters could go dark. And financial writer Avi Salzman says expect the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates again tomorrow, because he says the last time Jerome Powell surprised anyone was when he was seen at a Grateful Dead concert years ago. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
It doesn't matter if you've been naughty or nice. Everyone gets our very best price during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford.
It's the final days to trade up for less during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford. Last chance for 0, 0, 0. That's 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down payments, and 0 payments till March 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Worried that your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, 0 down, 0 APR, and 0 payments till March 2026. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is 1667 per thousand financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles. The Roswell Symphony Orchestra presents Christmas Classics. Sunday, December 14th, 2:30 p.m. at Pearson Auditorium in Roswell. Your favorite Christmas pieces are back, including White Christmas, music from Polar Express, medleys, and The Messiah, featuring guests Jasmine Sod, Scott Bracken Tripp, Zachary McAllister, and the Roswell Symphony Orchestra Chorus. And enter to win the 3-2-1 cash raffle for the chance to win $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000. Tickets are just $100 with proceeds to benefit the symphony. Get tickets and more info at roswellsymphony.org.
At Carabelli Dental, we believe your smile deserves the very best. From the moment you walk in, our team provides unmatched customer service and a dental experience like no other. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. Whether it's a routine visit or you need advanced care, we make sure you feel comfortable, cared for, and confident in your smile. Discover the difference at Carabelli Dental, where your comfort and your smile come first.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main, or call 575-622-4455.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion, unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8:56. Got a couple minutes here before news at the top of the hour. Stay tuned next hour. Here at about 9:15, Pastor Troy from Church on the Move will join us. And they've got, of course, with the Christmas holiday coming up here right around the corner. This Sunday, they got their big Christmas with Family event Sunday, where they're going to be doing a movie, a free movie and drone show, and they're going to have all kinds of fun there. And then, of course, Christmas Eve, they got their Christmas massive service happening there Christmas Eve, and so we'll talk about those next hour with Pastor Troy. I was kind of mentioning earlier in the show that I've got your Sunday planned, because also on Sunday at 2:30 is the Roswell Symphony Orchestra's their classic Christmas performance. That's going to be at the Pearson Auditorium at 2:30 p.m. And also they're going to be doing their drawing. They're going to announce their drawing. If you go to Roswell symphonyorchestra.org, you can still get in on their drawing for $100 per ticket, and all the proceeds go to the Roswell Symphony Orchestra. And they're offering cash prizes for the top three, $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000. So I don't know about you, but I could use a couple grand for Christmas right now. It'd be kind of handy. But anyway, get your tickets there for $100, and it's a great way to support the Roswell Symphony Orchestra. RoswellSymphonyOrchestra.org is the website to get that. Now, they're going to do the drawing on Sunday at the 2:30 performance. Now, you do not need to be present to win. However, sure going to have a great show if you do. So you can also get tickets for the Christmas Classic there at RoswellSymphonyOrchestra.org. And it'll be at 2:30, and it's featuring all the Christmas classics, White Christmas, music from Polar Express, medleys, and the Messiah as well, too. The Roswell Symphony Orchestra Chorus, Zachary McAllister, Scott Bracken Tripp, and Jasmine Sade will also be a part of the classic Christmas performance on Sunday. Again, RoswellSymphonyOrchestra.org to get your tickets. So if you do that, that's at 2:30. And then right about the time that's done, you can make your way on over to Church on the Move at 5 for their Christmas with Family event. Go enjoy a movie and the drone show and all the fun and family time you can have there, too. So your Sunday is planned. But stay tuned next hour. We'll have Pastor Troy join us, and he'll give us more information about Christmas with Family on Sunday and, of course, their Christmas Eve service coming up as well, too. So let me see. There was something else I was going to mention. Don't forget, now that we're going into basketball season, and we're in full swing in that, you can catch the games. We're carrying the basketball games for both Roswell High and Goddard High online video. KSVPTV.com. That's where you'll find all of your basketball action, and we'll have all of that for you up through till playoff time when we can't stop bringing you video, and then we'll start moving some of the. If the teams make it to states, we bring those on the radio. But if you're a basketball fan, Roswell High, Goddard High, you can catch them all. KSVPTV.com in their respective channels. They're either Goddard or Roswell, and complete schedule games. They're in full swing in games now. Of course. As we get here in the coming weeks with tournament, Artesia just had a big basketball tournament, and of course, Corn tournament will be coming up here in, to be honest, a few weeks. It's that week between Christmas and New Year's. That's not that far away. And of course, we will have all of the games on at KSVPTV.com. You can watch those games that are happening as part of the Goddard Holiday Tournament and the Corn Tournament, which kind of run consecutively there. They'll have games going for both tournaments at both the Goddard Gym and the Roswell Gym. We'll have all those. We'll have the announcers for our Roswell, Goddard, and Artesia matchups, but we'll have all the games available at the tournaments there to watch. So, all right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. You are listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We will be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump has called affordability a hoax, con job, a Democrat term, but he is taking steps to address the persistent economic concerns of Americans. Today, he'll talk about the economy and what he has accomplished so far when he visits Mount Pocono in northeast Pennsylvania.
We inherited high prices. We inherited the biggest inflation in the history of our country. That means prices going up. And we brought it down very substantially. Now inflation is essentially gone.
The president's trip to Pennsylvania comes a day after he announced a $12 billion aid package for the country's farmers.
The federal assistance will be a boost to farmers who have struggled to sell their crops because of President Trump's tariffs. He said the aid will be coming from tariff revenue.
What we're doing is we're taking a relatively small portion of that, and we're going to be giving and providing it to the farmers.
The president, who was joined by cabinet officials, lawmakers, and farmers, said he hopes the billions in farm aid will also lead to lower prices for Americans. Greg Clugston, Washington.
At their final meeting of the year, Federal Reserve policymakers are expected to announce a quarter-point interest rate cut. A two-day Fed meeting opens today. Labor Department reports job openings barely budged in October, coming in at 7.7 million. This amid ongoing uncertainty over the direction of the U.S. economy. Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has launched a campaign for the U.S. Senate seat. It's held by Republican John Cornyn in Texas. Both Crockett and Cornyn face primary challengers for their party's nomination. On Wall Street this hour, stocks are higher. The Dow is up about 100 points, while the Nasdaq has had 12, and the S&P better by 8 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
A deadly conflict between Thailand and Cambodia rages on.
Civilians at a shelter in Thailand's border region
expressed concerns as clashes reignite with neighbouring Cambodia. Thousands are sheltering on a university campus in Surin, waiting for the violence to stop so they can go home. 65-year-old cassava farmer Pangam Kan Shong Thong recalls the sudden fear of hearing artillery. We were preparing to evacuate. We hadn't left yet, but when we heard shots, we hurried out immediately. I was scared. Who wouldn't be scared of shelling? Fighting broke out following a skirmish in which one Thai soldier was killed on Sunday night, despite a ceasefire that ended 5 days of fighting in July over competing territorial claims along the border, which have resulted in dozens of civilians and military deaths on both sides, and the evacuation of over 100,000 civilians. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
News and analysis, townhall.com. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear an appeal on a Texas books case.
The decision allows local officials to remove books deemed objectionable from public libraries. The case began in 2022 when residents in Llano County sued over the removal of more than a dozen books, mainly titles on sex, race, and gender. A lower federal appeals court ruled that the removal did not violate constitutional protections against government censorship. Free speech rights groups have criticized the Supreme Court's decision. Keith Peters, Washington.
The Supreme Court appears likely to expand presidential control over independent federal agencies, signaling support for President Trump's firing of board members. The court's conservative majority suggested in arguments yesterday that it would overturn a 90-year-old decision. That decision limits when presidents can fire agency board members. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace Inviernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, welcome to the second day of the rest of your life.
Hold on, Tuesday.
I got to tell you, it took me a few attempts, but I have completed Season 5, Volume 1 of Stranger Things.
Yeah, we were. You'd mentioned that to me, and I kind of mentioned earlier about seeing what's her name on.
Oh yeah,
and thinking
Millie Bobby Brown.
Well, I'm just so not into watching that kind of stuff,
right?
And really not. So I didn't realize. Like I knew she was older, and obviously, but like even in the Stranger Things,
sure,
she looks older than obviously she did in the early seasons,
right?
But she still looks like a teenager,
right? Yeah, they still maintain their youthful.
Yeah,
and that's kind of one thing that Hollywood and actors in general are usually really good at is, you know, you look at the cast of 90210.
Right. They were all like, I know the one girl that, not Doherty or the blonde or
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
No, she was the one with the glasses.
Oh, okay.
She was in her 30s when she started that show.
Yeah, so it's Hollywood's very good at keeping them looking young.
Yeah.
I will say, spoiler free, because I know there's lots of people out there that still want to tune in and be surprised.
Yeah.
I gotta say this: the Duffer Brothers are good at a lot of things. The creators of Stranger Things, they're good at a lot of things when it comes to this series, but they are good at one thing specifically, and that is getting Kate Bush stuck in my head for 2 seasons now.
Yeah, they got
that
you again.
song has moved back up in the rotation on my playlist.
Unfortunately, we lost Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
Because what? Well, never mind. You haven't got that far in Stranger Things.
Well, yeah. But that scene sort of became iconic outside of even like Stranger Things.
Well, yeah, it got a run. That's when a whole generation of people said, "Hey, these Metallica guys are pretty good."
Chrissy, no. But yeah, that they have done a great job of getting that song stuck in my head. I do gotta say, I love just every now and again you get reminded of, oh yeah, this is the 80s, huh?
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing, this isn't really a spoiler, but the whole thing with tagging, and I'm like, how are you guys gonna track? Oh, telemetry tags. That made that like put it together.
Right.
As a radio nerd, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You can lock in on someone's radio frequency and track them, with their telemetry.
Old school technology.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it was just like, what a trip that was. The best scene for me in my the one that kind of brought it back to home was the bright pink boombox and the Tiffany cassette tape. That was just that made my skin itch. It was so 80s.
Well, see, I didn't grow up with a sister.
Right.
You did. So that probably showed up in
I
your
grew
house.
up with an older sister though. We didn't have that. What we had, I had.
She was in the age of the Tiffany in the pink boombox.
Trust me, she had some cassettes.
Yeah.
I remember she had this one.
Because your sister's what, about my age?
A little younger. She's
a little younger.
Yeah,
okay.
she's. I think she's 6 years older than me. So I should. So she's like late 40s.
Gotcha. Okay.
But she had a cassette tape of songs to ribbon dance to. Because she had one of those.
Was she a ribbon dancer in high school?
No, it was just as a hobby. I think it was maybe even like a gift. It came with like the ribbon and a cassette of tapes.
From the makers of Frolicking.
Right? For kids today will never understand the joy. I mean, I guess they will because they're still sort of around, but you don't really see them that often anymore.
Yeah.
Of ribbon dancing, making that thing move with the artistry. But no, she didn't have the bright pink boombox or anything like that.
I gotta lie. I feel like I hearken back to Napoleon Dynamite with the ribbon dancing. I don't think there was actual ribbon dancing. But that's what I feel when I see ribbon dancing.
If there was, it was from the
the
what's her face character.
The one with all the the photographer.
Yes.
Whatever.
But I don't believe there was actual ribbon dancing. But that being said, that scene though was just like, it was because you're like, oh yeah, she wants to enjoy the song, but of course it has to be a cassette tape.
Yeah.
What would you get for a child of the 80s that wants to enjoy their free time? Bright pink boombox. That totally makes sense.
Yep.
It tracks.
But yeah, it's good. They do a good job of luring you.
Yeah.
Question, and this again because I don't get deep care. Are the Duffer Brothers like known entities? Like, no. Or did they hide in obscurity?
As far as I know, I'm sure they've been part of other things. Like they probably like.
Do they show red carpets and stuff? That's what I mean.
I don't. To my knowledge, no. I don't really know.
Do we know their names, or we just know them as the Duffer Brothers?
I've just always known them as
Bob and Harry Duffer, or what are we talking?
It's like the Coens, they're a mysterious entity.
But I don't know if they showed up on red carpets or anything.
I've never done like a deep dive, but I'm sure they've done interviews.
Or are they like the guys with the robot heads?
Right. Daft Punk.
Yeah, Daft Punk.
Who I actually read a thing. They said they if they could have done it differently, they would have taken the helmets off sometimes because they've been able to live in relative anonymity, but at the same time now they're in relative obscurity and they have no swagger.
Well, I guarantee there's a bunch of people at their level of celebrity that wish they had what they had.
Oh, sure.
Sure. I don't know. I mean, although I don't think it worked out for Kiss. Like, remember when Kiss took off their makeup?
Oh, you mean 2025 Kennedy Center honorees Kiss?
But what I'm saying is, Kiss went and they said, you know what? We're going to take off the makeup. And everyone said, put the makeup back on. And they did.
Okay. It says the Duffer Brothers, Matt and Ross Duffer.
Okay, so we know
they do interviews frequently, especially regarding Stranger Things. I would love...
Well, I would hope so.
Right. I would love to actually see a kind of a history of the Duffers and how they came to be. Because to just come out of the gate with one of the best shows in history.
And that's what I wonder, is like, was this their Shangri-La? Like, as kids, they were growing up and they're writing this story, and this was like, are they spent now? Or are we going to see another Duffer Brothers platform?
Speaking of, kind of off topic, but kind of on topic, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I'm hearing some great things about Pluribus.
You know, it's on Apple Plus right now. And
I've heard people like raving, saying it's like the best show in years.
I'm curious because the tagline of the show, it says something to the effect of the saddest person in the world must bring joy to the world, or something like that. And I'm taking a stab that what's her name from Saul is the saddest person in the world. She was the love interest in Better Call Saul.
Right. Rhea.
Yeah, her.
Whatever her name is. Anyways, but I'm hearing amazing things, and it's to the credit of Vince Gilligan once again that he doesn't have to pigeonhole himself into this specific story.
Yeah.
He's got stories to tell.
Our guests aren't here yet, right?
Not that I've seen or heard.
Okay. Well, speaking of that in that vein of things. There is a new series on Netflix right now.
Okay.
And it's called it just went out of my head, the name of the show. Dang it. Oh, anyway, I'll get to that.
Hum a few bars and I'll get it for you.
I'll get to it in a minute. So, but the show is made by Kurt Sutter, which people would know him. He is the creator of Sons of Anarchy and The Mayans and those shows.
The Abandons?
The Abandons, that's it. I couldn't remember. I kept wanting to say The Apostles or something like that. The Abandons.
Okay, so it's like Western style.
So it basically, I've watched the first 2 episodes. To me, it's Sons of Anarchy in the Wild West.
Gotcha.
And out motorcycles.
Okay.
But here's where I'm a little...
I'd love to see them rev their horses.
Well, I mean, it's not so much about riding, but it's like... It's that criminal, like the small... It's almost the same kind of deal.
Set in the 1850s, the series centers on the conflicts of several outlaw groups during the Old West.
Well, and Gillian Anderson.
Okay.
X-Files fame.
Yeah.
She plays like kind of like the Madam Baron of the town that her cattle and everything, she's kind of the money for the town, and she calls the shots very much like a mafia. And then the Abandons are kind of like a group of families that live out like in the patch.
Okay.
And so they're trying to just eke their life, and so, but then then Sons of Anarchy, like, things happen, and that's what kind of reminds me of it.
I'm only chuckling because as I had pulled up the info page on Google, and it's got the IMDb page, and then right next to it is an Instagram post from somebody named Kit Laser that says The Abandons, a disappointing new series on Netflix.
It's not. From what I'm not hearing good reviews.
Yeah.
I've watched the first 2 episodes. It's aight. But here's what I'm wondering: is this Kurt Sutter trying to do his Yellowstone? And what I mean by that is
build out a universe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this is what I noticed in the Abandons. The lady, the main character, and she's taken in these other young people, and so they're a family, but not by blood.
Right.
But her husband, who has passed, and I don't know how. I haven't gotten that far in the story. I don't know if they're going to tell us later, but they keep saying we're doing this for our Father and Savior, and his last name is Teller. If you watch Sons of Anarchy, they're all Tellers. Jax Teller, the Peg Bundy. She's a Teller. They're all Tellers.
No pig.
By the way, Peg Bundy is in it because she's married to Kurt Sutter.
Okay.
That in real life, Katie Seagal they're married. And I don't know if she's a main character in this show, but Katie Seagal showed up in episode 2 for a minute.
Okay.
Now I don't know if that was a cameo or if she's going to turn up as a bigger character later. Not sure. I'm going to say she probably does.
Now, didn't they sort of already kind of expand the universe with the Mayans.
They did. That's like a Next Generation thing.
Right.
But I'm wondering if this is like their 1938 or 1883 or whatever it is.
Think about it. I mean, the Yellowstone franchise jumps all over the place. So, I mean, this could just be like the establishment of
I'm wondering if this is like that. Because I'm going to take a stab at and by the way, it's set in Washington State, just like Sons of Anarchy was.
Okay.
That Oregon, Washington State area, that Pacific Northwest area, same territory.
Or, and hear me out, it's possible that Kurt Sutter only really knows how to write one type of story.
That's more likely the case. And I would probably, well, and to be honest, were it not for Sons of Anarchy, there would be no Yellowstone.
Really?
Yes. Because Taylor Sheridan, who created Yellowstone and guess where he kind of got where he was in like the first season of Sons of Anarchy as one of the main characters.
As a character?
Yes.
Okay.
And he was an actor.
Gotcha.
And he got the shaft from Kurt Sutter. He got written off something. He was mad. And
I'll show you.
And so he literally said, "I'm tired of auditioning. I'm going to create my own thing." And that's when he started writing Yellowstone.
Now,
and started doing all of that.
That would be the ultimate, like, karmic retribution. Is knowing that the guy that kicked you to the curb is now copying your playbook
and doing it way better than you.
Well, he's. I'm not talking about Sheridan. I'm saying. That
Kurt's now trying to ride his
trying
gig?
to do the Sheridan thing and not doing a very good job of it.
Now that being said, I love Sons of Anarchy so much that I'm going to give this a try.
Sure.
I really tried with Mayans. I gave it a full season, and I started watching, and I just did not like it. it wasn't registered. So I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt. I've watched the first 2 episodes. I'm interested. I'm not hooked. So if I remember right, there's only 7 episodes. Unless they're doing episodic. But when I looked last week, there were 7 episodes.
Gotcha.
So,
well, I just started the Sean Combs documentary.
Oh, yeah, I saw that was on there.
So that's the next on my list, but I'll maybe check that one out.
But
you gotta, I mean, if to get me on a Western, you gotta have a real good hook.
Well, this one, if you like Sons of Anarchy, this is like that with horses and Western stuff. It's that same biker gang, but not bikers mentality. That
Gotcha.
kind of, it's
we're family. We ride together. We die together.
It's very much in that, and I imagine that'll cement more, and they'll get into more. Assuming this thing gets picked up and carried on and all that. Of course, now that Netflix is trying to buy, and that's a little who knows because I imagine shows that are on the fringe on Netflix, they're going to go the way of the dodo, regardless of what happens with the sale or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, which spoiler alert. All you people have been clamoring for Mindhunter for years. That thing's gone. I'm sure you'll never see another Mindhunter. I too am disappointed, but I'm not losing sleep over it.
Right.
But
yeah, there's definitely gonna be shows that get the big ugly axe as this.
And quite frankly, Netflix, after Stranger Things goes away, they don't have a lot of tentpole shows that bring people to the network.
That's true, but Stranger Things did come out of nowhere. And I'm pretty sure that they've got the Duffer Brothers in their pocket.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to need their next thing or whatever. I mean, yeah, they've got a bunch of shows and things, but there's not like Paramount Plus. Anything Taylor Sheridan. There's the only reason Paramount Plus has a big subscription base is because every Taylor Sheridan property's on there, and whatever he cranks out turns into gold.
Well, and he's not long for that realm either. He said he already announced he was leaving in 2027.
Is he going to start his own Taylor Sheridan
I'm not
streaming
sure.
platform?
I think they said he's going to start working maybe with Netflix. I'm not sure.
Taylor Sheridan CU.
That he could. I mean, although I'm pretty sure Paramount owns all of the copyrights to his intellectual property.
Right. Well, then he could do Bass Reeves 2, Electric Boogaloo or whatever there. But then if that's the case, how many of these shows are going to get written off? Like Tulsa King.
That's what it is.
And all.
Okay, he signed as soon as his deal with Paramount's up, he signed a massive new film and TV deal with NBC Universal.
Okay.
So Peacock?
I hope not, because I don't have Peacock.
Well,
that's another thing I got to buy now.
Begrudgingly, I do now. So thanks, Macy's.
Yeah. So very good. I think our guests are here.
Macy's just sent me a text saying you're welcome. I'm just kidding. That'd be crazy, though.
You know what it was? The balloons were listening.
Yeah.
The balloons follow you.
It's my telemetry tag.
You ever notice you're walking around buildings and you see strings? There's balloons following you.
That's true. That is true.
All right. We got Pastor Troy joining us from Church on the Move. They've got, of course, their big Christmas with Family event this Sunday, and then, of course, their massive Christmas Eve services. So we'll talk about those events with them here in just a few minutes. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather. If I can get the mouse, find the button. There it is.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment, hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low 70s and lots of sunshine today and not too windy. Might be a little bit breezy in the afternoon. We have a big high pressure system parked over our area. It'll be clear overnight, upper 30s and low 40s. Somewhat cooler on Wednesday. We'll be staying in the low 60s with sunshine. And then we rebound right back into the 70s and sunny on Thursday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 43 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 35%. Winds currently out of the south. At 3 miles per hour. Pretty nice today. 70s. Sunny, 71, with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour tonight. Clear. Not too bad. 41 for an overnight low compared to the 20s we were seeing the other day. 41's not too bad. Winds will be out of the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour Wednesday. Going to be a little cooler tomorrow, sunny and 63 with north winds 5 to 10. Wednesday night, clear, overnight low of 34. Thursday, we warm right back up to the mid-70s, sunny and 75 with west winds around 5 miles per hour. Friday, sunny and 72. Saturday, kind of a tale of 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, sunny and 73. I think we're going to see some breezes on Saturday. Because Sunday, mostly sunny, but a high of only 57, so a little bit cooler. And then Monday, we'll be back up into the mid-60s under sunny skies there. So that's what we're looking at for the weather for the next several days here anyway. All right, it is 25 minutes after 9. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And then Pastor Troy and I think Pastor Sean joining us as well from Church on the Move. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Ready, set, hurry on down to Tate Branch Roswell, where we finish first. Experience the Tate Branch difference here at Tate Branch Roswell, where business is done the Tate Branch way with honesty and integrity to deliver an exceptional customer experience. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are priced to move and are backed with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's all backed by friendly hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head on down to Tate Branch Roswell right here at 2000 West 2nd Street and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the world-class experience you have been waiting
At
for.
Ocotillo Family Practice, Pediatrics, and OMED Spa, our team is here for you. Nancy Walker, Fallon Moody, and Tialana Watts are family nurse practitioners offering expert care in family practice, pediatrics, women's health, and aesthetics. Nancy also provides advanced hormone therapy for men and women, including hormone pellet implants that help patients feel their best. Plus, meet Brittany Harrell, our skilled nurse injector, offering a full range of aesthetic procedures to help you look and feel confident. Same-day and walk-in patients are always welcome. Visit Ocotillo Family Practice, Pediatrics, and OMED Spa at 607 West Country Club Road in Roswell. Your family, your health, your beauty, all in one place.
Temperatures are falling, and Fulkerson wants to get you ready for the seasons ahead with the Right Fit membership program. For as little as $15 per month or $199 a year, you can rest assured knowing your unit is ready. With biannual HVAC maintenance, as well as reduced dispatch fees, even in the middle of the night. Plus, a 15% discount on all services provided by Fulkerson, as well as preferred scheduling. Be ready for the seasons ahead. Become a Right Fit member with Fulkerson today. Call 575-319-9984 to find out more. Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Roswell and surrounding areas. 'Tis the season for Santa Bucks at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Every Friday and Saturday now through Christmas, and every day the week of Christmas. When you shop at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, you can draw to win up to $50 in Santa Bucks. Spend your Santa Bucks on hats from brands like Stetson, Bowie, Twister, Resistol, and more. Boots from Ariat, Justin, Twisted X, and Minnetonka. Clothing, jewelry, and accessories, women's handbags, even and toys for the kiddos. Plus, enjoy special 50-year celebration deals. Shop hometown for Christmas at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, celebrating 50 years.
Some wounds need expert care to heal properly. At Artesia General Hospital's Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine Center, we use advanced treatments like hyperbaric oxygen therapy to help chronic wounds heal faster. If you or a loved one has a wound that won't heal, call 575-736-8235 today and take the first step toward recovery.
Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. If you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, look no further. The Roswell Hyundai Used Car Super Center. With a huge selection of vehicles to choose from, nearly every make and model. You're sure to find the vehicle that fits your needs and budget. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Super Center has something for everyone. The #1 used car super center in Southeast New Mexico, 2 years in a row. Roswell Hyundai, the fun place to buy a car. 1909 West 2nd.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:29, and joining us in studio this morning from Church on the Move, we have Pastor Troy and Pastor Sean back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everybody else.
Good seeing you again. It's I think it's probably been summertime since I had a chance to talk to you guys on the radio.
Been a few months
so
since One Nation Under God, since the fireworks and the.
Well, we got another big show coming up.
Something's happening.
But service. Obviously, Christmas coming up. This is, we're talking, but when it comes to, churches and things, this is the big celebration of the year. Easter, as a Christian, that's going to be the most important holiday. I mean,
it is.
It's just you're not a Christian unless Easter happened. That's just how it happens.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly.
But that being said, Christmas is the birth of our Savior, which means it's a kind of a big deal, which we want to celebrate it from the rooftops. And to be honest, we can do it in a way that's fun and celebratory, but not losing the reason for the season. If that makes, in the world of Christmas and I'm not trying to poo-poo on Santa, all that. It's all great and fun. But at the end of the day, that's not what Christmas is. And we can do both. We can, have a little candy canes and snowflakes and Christmas. But at the same time, we cannot forget the story of Jesus and the reason why we celebrate Christmas. And so you guys get to do the best of both worlds with that too. You get to have the fun part, but at the same time remind folks, hey, this is about the birth of our Savior, and that's what we're celebrating.
And we, I'm big on Christmas. Christmas, Easter is the celebration of our salvation and that Christ died for us. And Christmas is, we're celebrating that hope came into the world, light came into to our darkness, and so it's just fun to celebrate that. That's why I like all the lights and all the decorations. I mean, to me, it's all a celebration of Jesus.
My favorite time of the year is right now when we drive down Main Street here in the nights, or for me, early in the mornings on the way to work, you see the lights, and it's just, and now that since they lit the Christmas tree and everything downtown here over the weekend, it's kind of the full package right now. So you I don't care if you're in a bad mood, you just drive downtown and you feel a little bit happier by the time you get to the other end.
And there's some neighborhoods you can drive through that have great lights.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just something cool about driving around at night. My daughter and I will do that several times this year.
Well, not to plug someone else, but plug someone else. Support the Midday Lions. They're doing their carriage rides out to the pecan orchards.
Really?
You'll see the Christmas trees this Saturday.
That's cool.
This weekend and next weekend. So support them and at all. And all that money goes back to eyeglasses and all the thing they do for kids.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah. Who is that?
The Midday Lions. They do their.
I've never heard of the Midday Lions.
Yeah, they do it on the weekends. These last 2 weekends of Christmas, and they all meet at the Scout headquarters on Aspen there. And then I think for $10 per person for a family. And then this year they're doing a special couples one Saturday, this Saturday and next Saturday for $50. And it's two of you, and then they give you a gift card for dinner and all that. But yeah, they get unfortunately, there's no more horses. All the horses passed, and so they have to do it with a tractor. But now they got a cart and a tractor, and they They drive you through the the lights back in those
Man,
big
that's
houses,
cool.
and where all those big houses are, and the big lights, and they take you back there, and
how
all
cool
that.
is that?
Yeah, so support that
cool.
and help them out.
Yeah,
too. They
man,
do great work.
I'll support it.
But this Saturday, you guys are going to do it up big here with your Christmas with Family event, and of course, if you like drones, if you love that drone show at over the fourth time frame, then I guess you get another sampling of that here this Sunday.
So there's a really cool story behind that. And this past Sunday, we actually we got the opportunity. We gave away. We did a shoe giveaway.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
I saw
we
that
were able to give away. We gave away over 450 pairs of shoes on Sunday.
And they were all left feet. No, I'm just kidding.
Just one.
Next year you'll get the right
left foot. Left foot only.
That's right.
Our church family, they're such generous people, and some people that partnered with us. Man, the kids actually get to pick out a pair of shoes.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I don't care what you said.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was a thing, and you had to get the right shoe, and if it wasn't cool, it was going to ruin your year.
That's right.
That, yeah.
And we bought Nikes, Adidas, Under Armour.
Shoes that kids want.
Oh
yes.
Not the.
Yeah, we
called them Maypops back in the day. I don't know what they call them now.
That's an old term right there.
Man, I haven't heard that term.
Only you have to have gray hair to know what that means.
Yeah.
But
and everything.
But so this Sunday, there's kind of a cool story behind it. The drone company that we use on the 4th, for a couple weekends before, they contacted us, and they've been so blessed to come down in here and work with us. They said, we want to come down and do something for you guys.
And we said, okay.
At no cost.
Nice. Free's even better.
Yes. And you understand, one of those shows is a lot of money.
I was about to say, I don't think just to put those things airborne probably cost them a couple $1,000s just to get them airborne.
Oh, it's not a couple thousand.
I have no idea.
It's in the 6 digits.
Well, I mean, just to get them airborne, let alone all the programming and everything else.
Yeah.
Just to put them out in the field and get them up in the air, it's costing that much.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
But it's really impressive.
Yeah. So we integrated that, and we said, let's do a drone show, and then let's also tack on a drive-in movie.
Yeah. The old school drive-in style.
Have some fun. So we're having an large LED screen set up behind the church.
Okay.
All of this will take place behind the church.
Okay.
There's plenty of parking for everybody.
Great.
So.
And is it going to be like the little transmitter where you tune into a radio station?
Tune into an FM
not
transmitter.
Not 106.5, that frequency's taken, but one of the other ones.
Well, you might be having Home Alone on for a couple hours on your station. I'm kidding. Somebody to listen to it on the radio.
Well, it might be better than some of the content we got going on that night. That's all I'm saying.
No, we have our own frequency and FM station, I think.
And we'll be giving out popcorn and hot chocolate to the first grip of people who make it there.
For free.
For free.
We'll have some food trucks.
Oh, yeah. So
it's like a drive-in movie. You can get your food, you can eat your dinner, get some free hot chocolate.
Can we get someone in like a hot dog costume and a Coca-Cola costume and do the dance? Because I don't know if we have the cartoon
That's
to start
the
movie.
School, yeah.
That's let's go to the lobby and get ourselves a
snack. We are having an intermission.
And I was talking to the guy who runs our creative department last night, and he was showing me some of the stuff that he's prepared.
Okay.
For it, and he's doing a really good job of like bringing that old school feel.
Nice vibe. Well, it's the drive-in. You got to feel the drive-in vibe, and the only thing because I'm now. Pull back the curtain. The tuning to your radio station is advanced technology for drive-through.
That's right.
That was later years.
That's right.
We used to have speakers.
Yeah, the old speaker that they had to clip, and so you clipped it onto your window, like the old food trays, and it kind of. Like that, you go watch the movie. This is a movie. You go watch it like that. It kind of sounded like that, but now it's
pretty good imitation. Right?
You went to a lot of drive-in movies, didn't you?
I fell asleep in many a drive-in theater in the back of the station wagon in my day.
That's fantastic.
I snuck in a lot of people in my day. I know.
Yeah, that was a little later.
That was before Christ. That's BC.
And to be honest, by the time I hit high school, the drive-ins started drying up, and so it was harder to find them.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, they were more prominent, and so
they were fun.
And matter of fact, Dad and Mom and Dad I think we dressed in our pajamas in the back, because they knew by the time the second movie came out, we're going to be sacked out in the back of the vehicle there. So it was kind of.
So this is a little bit different because it's an LED screen. It's real, it's a lot brighter.
This is going to be way more advanced.
Yeah,
way more. You're going to be able to hear it, see it.
New school.
Now, if the kids fall asleep in the back, that's just part of tradition, right?
Yeah, that is.
hopefully we get them sugared up and they
That's the idea.
fall
Some
asleep.
Cotton candy and some popcorn in them, and maybe hit a food truck, get another sweet treat, and about halfway through the movie, there's the sweet sound of snoring back.
Well, we do have in the intermission. Go ahead and talk about that.
We do. So no, you go ahead and talk about that because there's something else I want to talk about.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Well, at the intermission, that's when we're doing the drone show.
Okay, so it'll be in the middle. That's what I was going to ask you.
So we're going to do an intermission.
Okay.
And at the start of the intermission, we're doing the drone show. Then we'll actually kind of have some minutes where they can go to the bathroom, get some more food.
Pee break and food break and
just
refuel
a
and
food
recharge.
break, like they did at the old drive-in.
Yeah.
That was your time to run to the bathroom,
when the
get some
song
more,
came out. Let's all
to get
go
some
to
more
the-
popcorn or do whatever you're doing and get a hot dog, whatever you're doing.
I think the only
Usually-
thing you're missing is the playground at the front by the screen. You remember, like in the old
Oh, yeah.
drive-thrus, they used to have a little. Another.
We do have a playground at the back.
We do.
We could open that up. I don't think the staff will let me do that.
No,
but anyway,
probably not.
but we had a playground off to the right of the front of the
There you
screen
go,
so
yeah.
the parents could see their
Yeah,
kids.
and then they, of course, they had those all had that merry-go-round that I think have been banned in every.
Oh, they've
right?
been banned. The one we used to fling people off of.
You could get. I flew at least good 20 feet from that thing. If you get that thing going enough and you let go, it'll. That's why they had the rocks and wood chips to catch your fall.
Yeah. We used to have a guy who would run on that and get it going so fast. It hurt a little bit when you got flung off of that thing. But
we kind of
now they have governors on those. You cannot
really?
get them going. Yeah, I've seen them in other playgrounds, and you cannot get them. They have a governor.
We used to
You
play King of the
cannot.
Mountain on those things.
Oh,
If
yeah.
anybody knows how that
Play
played,
everything on those things.
Yeah, that's not.
But it's too much liability now.
Yeah,
so.
nowadays it's a
But-
lawsuit city.
So we have the drone show, we have the intermission, we have the first Home Alone that we're showing, and of course there's
the
a
best
couple
one.
of words in there we're beeping out, and
That is
and
the
so-
best one. I mean, I'm not trying to, but Home Alone 1 is the best of the Home Alone.
People argue one and two, but I like one.
One is the OG's the right one.
Yeah,
Right answer
yeah,
there.
I'm
It's-
with you.
Yeah, and by the time they get to that third one, it's done.
Yeah,
You know,
it's-
1 or 2 is the only one that you can make an argument.
Yeah.
Past 2, you're out. You don't know what you're talking about.
And so what else were you? And then the drone show's one of a kind because
Yeah.
they've never done a Christmas one.
That's right.
So
this
we've
little-
never done a Christmas one, so I'm hoping it's really good. I'm hoping.
They've done
imagine it's
certain
gonna
Christmas elements, but they've never told any part of the Christmas story.
Sure. So we're
Like
gonna,
it's all been candy canes and that sort of
Santa
thing.
So we're going to see
Claus.
some mangers and.
Yeah, we're
The
gonna
story of
tell the
Jesus and-
story of Jesus
Yeah,
because
and,
that's what we're all about. Is telling people about Jesus. So it's gonna be super cool.
And we'll open up for parking at about 4:00, Mike.
Okay. So you get
yeah. So
And so
Because it gets
obviously
dark fast.
Well, yeah, exactly. By 5 p.m., it's starting to get almost full on dark at this point here, and you guys will 5 o'clock's when things are going to get underway here on Sunday.
Yeah.
But like I said, get there at 4 to get if you want to get spot right up front there. If you want to do a little pre-gaming, hitting the food trucks and what have you, that all you can all do all that then at that time there.
Yeah, and that was our thought. If people didn't want to have to wander around during the intermission, they can go ahead and get their food. We will have outdoor restrooms. All that sort of stuff.
So you can leave your Johnny on the spots at home if you have those. Those little things you buy for road trips.
You can.
I've never heard of that. Gatorade bottle.
They
was
got
Johnny on the spot.
Well, they actually
I
have
had 5 boys.
You can buy. You could go on Amazon and pay money for basically the same thing.
Oh, wow.
I think they have female versions.
Oh, well,
So,
okay.
because the
Well, let's
Gatorade
not go
bottle
too
does not
deep
help
in
that.
That is for the hardcore traveler.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
see myself
hardcore,
going
man.
down
Well,
that
I'm
road.
just saying, if you're like, you will not leave this part of this movie. I mean, some people are hardcore there.
Yeah, okay.
I guess you.
So
can
what
wear
else did you
Depends.
want to talk about?
No, I just wanted to talk about the timing of all that.
Oh, okay.
And
it actually starts. The movie actually starts at.
the movie actually starts around 5:30.
Okay.
We're just going to let it get as dark as it's
Right,
going to get.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of 5 o'clock, and then as it gets dark, but that'll give you a little window to get settled, get your drink, get you something to eat, get you a parking spot.
And we'll have some Christmas trivia and stuff like that going on the screen for people.
Oh, it's
so-
gonna be that stuff's gonna be
Well,
good.
that's
We
half
have
the
some
fun
really
of the
good
movie.
trivia.
Yeah.
Guess who sang this song.
Yeah.
You're like, I know it's Don Ho or whatever. it is.
Yeah. Gosh, you're so old school.
Well, when I think Christmas, that's my.
I know.
You know
that's-
what I mean?
I understand. I'm the same
that's
age.
the
I'm
kind of growing up as a kid, because we always. I think we remember Christmas as we were kids.
Yes,
you know,
sure.
that's the memorable Christmas
Yeah.
when you were a kid, and that's the kind of stuff that was going on when I was a kid. Yeah, it was,
That's so fun. But it's going to be fun. We don't. A lot of people have never been to a drive-in movie. We asked our staff. There was only the young
I'm about
people.
to say.
Very few.
There's
Yeah.
probably, I would say, under 40 they may know the concept, but they've never been to one. You know what I mean?
The only ones that have in this area have gone to the one in Carlsbad.
Yeah.
And so some Artesia people,
like that one
Carlsbad
was around for a minute.
It was.
That
It
one,
was a great
because I
drive-in.
lived here when it was here, and drive-in theaters were the way of the dodo by the time I moved to New Mexico. So that one held on for a long. It
did.
I think they should come back. I think, and I'm guessing in some places they are. If you could, because at the end of the day, it's whereas. Let's face it, movie theaters are not seeing the numbers they used since COVID. You're not seeing movie theaters aren't getting the numbers, and with the advent of every movie's available on your TV in some way, shape, or form about a month later, no one's going to the movies anymore. So I think they're going to have to get creative, and I think a drive-in could make it a whole. Like I said, build a little playground for the kids. They can go run off and let mom and dad maybe enjoy a movie and whatever it is, maybe. Dare I say, hire in food or something and some beverages? I don't know. But figure it out. I think there could be a version of drive-ins down the road here. But anyway, we'll have the most modern one to date here at Church on the Move.
That we can put, and we have the biggest screen we can get. So it's the biggest one we could afford and could get. I mean, it's. We can't get any bigger in Roswell.
It is as big as they can come.
And stay in town.
Very good. So again, it'll be this Sunday at Church on the Move. They're on Brasher. The parking lot will open at 4:00. Between 5 and 5:30, we'll get the movie underway, and then at intermission, there'll be the huge drone show, and then we'll finish up the movie there. And then come hungry, come ready to just celebrate with family and friends and celebrate Christmas and spend some time together and leave creating memories and creating those. That's what I'm hoping too is now you got kids in the car, and then 20 years from now, I remember when Mom and Dad took me to Church on the Move. And
we hope
were there
it's
watching.
a memory maker and pictures. Everybody posts online. Their pictures of going to a drive-in.
Yeah.
And, we hope it's a great family event. We're hoping a lot of young families will come out, and of course, we're going to tell the story of Christmas of Jesus.
And that's what I love.
The real story.
We get reminded. Let's do the Christmas that we all kind of grow up with, but let's remember why we are doing this. And that being said, after you have fun with on the event here on Sunday, we'd love to see you come back on Christmas Eve for your holiday, your Christmas Eve, Christmas Massive, the traditional service you guys do every Christmas Eve here, and that's kind of a big deal too.
It is. We're celebrating on the 21st, 9, 11, and 1.
That's right.
That's our times. I have to look at Pastor Sean.
Look at you.
I show up in the morning and just stay till they tell me it's all over.
I get you. Point me in a direction and tell me.
I show up before 9 and just try to stay till they tell me that's it.
I know that feeling.
I'm just there all day. But 9, 11, and 1. And, we have people going to be inviting people. We have these red shirts on for a reason. This is our advertisement for
nice.
Christmas with family.
By the way, you've been working out. Your guns are kind of jacked here. I'm just saying.
He's putting a lot
Sean
of
and I work out every morning.
Man, did Arnold show up here? Not today's Arnold. 80s Arnold. Sorry, I don't know. I say Arnold, and people are like, that old man and his... No. Schwarzenegger.
Commando Arnold's still put together pretty well, yeah.
Although, if you've seen Sylvester Stallone, he still looks pretty. Like, I'm watching that Tulsa King, and I wouldn't mess with Sly Stallone. That 7-year-old would whoop my butt.
Yeah, he's still put together. But, yeah, and so that Christmas Day, we're inviting people that are alone. Man, if you're alone and you don't have anybody to celebrate that with, come celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 types of ministries and pastors. There's shepherds, there's hirelings, and wolves.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not wolves or hirelings. We don't just show up and do the least amount as possible and let everybody else tell us what how to run the church and do that. And we're not wolves where we go after other people's church membership. We want them to go to their church family and celebrate. But there's thousands and thousands of people who will not be in church for a Christmas celebration to celebrate Jesus. And that's who we want to invite. Those that are lonely. We have our people going to their neighborhood, their neighbors that don't have any place to go or don't have have family but don't go to church.
Absolutely.
That's what shepherds do.
Well, and
so we're not hirelings or wolves, we're shepherds. We want to serve people.
You want to administer to the flock,
exactly,
so to speak, and make sure all of the flock is embraced and loved. And this is the thing that, you and I were just talking about this before we went on air is, yes, Christmas is for many people, the most joyous time of the year, but for a lot of people, this is the worst time of the year.
It is.
And it's for numerous reasons. Loss of a loved one, loss of, a family fallout, a loss in faith. All of these variables do come into play this time of year. And so where you see a lot more joy, you also unfortunately see a lot more depression and what comes with that. And so, and this is why it's the busiest time of year for law enforcement and our first responders too, because, this is just the nature of the holidays, the dark side of it here. And so that's what you guys are saying. Look, if you're down, if you're lonely, please come join us for our Christmas Mass.
Exactly.
Come celebrate with family. If you don't have family, you got one now. Come on down and be a part with us. Celebrate. Just come and enjoy it. We're not asking anything of you other than just come and spend time with us, and let's see, what rubs off on you a little bit here. You know what I mean?
Hopefully some joy, some encouragement.
Yeah.
Just some encouragement. If you have, you do like celebrating Christmas and you don't have a church home, come celebrate. It's a celebration. And so then we also have Midnight Massive.
We do, and Midnight Massive starts at 11:30 on
Christmas Eve. That's right.
On Christmas Eve, yeah.
I kind of combined events in my head.
Goes into Christmas morning.
Yes.
And so we do a candle lighting service there. We have some traditions that we really enjoy.
We like to have fun with the movies and drones, but at the end of the day, we are here honoring God, and this is
there's
how
also some things that we do. We take communion together as families.
We have families come up individually, and if you're by yourself, my family, Pastor Sean's family, other families will stand up with you and take communion with you as a family.
Nobody takes communion alone at our church.
Nobody. And so
no
come to that. It's 11:30.
That's right.
I just always thought, as a pastor, as a Christian, man, if we're going to celebrate, if we say the 25th, and we don't know what the actual birth date is, but if we say that's the date we're celebrating, then we should be in church on that day. So even though it's a Wednesday night, we're not doing our regular Wednesday night service, but at 11:30 at night p.m., and we're going till 12:30 a.m. And so we kind of take in Christmas Eve and then part of that first part of the Christmas morning
and if you
celebrate Jesus.
Yeah, and if you think it's too early, well, guess what? It's already Christmas in Australia at that point. And,
yeah, so
that's right.
Join the Australians.
There you go. It's already
and the Americans. You'll get both sides of that.
Exactly. But that's the thing is Christmas is about being with people, and no one should be alone. No one should be here. So if you're blue, if you're feeling, and if you're not, if you're just, please come. We're not asking you to bring you all the sad people. Everyone wants to come, but if you're not feeling Christmas, let's muster up some gumption and come on out anyway. Even though you may not feel like it, come join us. And I'm willing to bet by the time the end of the evening is over, you're gonna be in a better place. I think so. I think you're gonna you're gonna be better equipped and maybe a better outlook on things, and maybe kind of in the spirit instead of fighting the spirit a little bit.
Exactly.
Jesus doesn't represent hope.
Yeah.
Jesus is the hope of the world. And you'll definitely get an experience with him if you come spend Christmas with us.
Well, and it's kind of like you said, we talked about the different styles of being a pastor and the different types of churches and things, and it is easy to get lost in the minutia and all the stuff, the bean suppers and the big events and all that, and Christmas is full of all of that, and it absolutely is and should be.
It's part of a feast, yes. That's part of it.
But that being said, at the end of the day, what's going on Christmas Eve and what's going on at the church services, this is the nitty gritty. This is why the rest of it's awesome. It's because this happened right here, and that's the part you gotta embrace a little bit. And so when this part bit you a little bit, you got to get to the core and find out the real reason and be reminded of it a little bit. And so that's what your Christmas Eve service, on the 21st, that's what these services are all about. That the real reason, celebrating why we exist and why God gave us the beautiful things we had, and it all started here. Now, like you said, more than likely Jesus probably, I think, in the summer, if you really look at history and
we're not sure.
We're not going to argue all that.
We're not
going to argue all that stuff. But this is what we've chosen as the time, and we're going to celebrate that. So by golly, we're going to go and do it with bells on. So we
go all out. We've got our church lit up. We have lights. You can come drive by and see the lights.
Yeah.
And we have our lobby fixed up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm big on celebrating the joy of Christmas and hope coming into the world. And in our world, and I love celebrating the birth of Jesus.
And it's something as powerful as what
it
is. It's okay to do it big up big. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's the biggest thing in the history of us. That's right. And that's an amazing thing. So yeah, come, and you know what? Come Sunday morning. If you haven't been, if you're looking for a church home, come for traditional services here this Sunday, and then come on back this Sunday evening for our Christmas with Family event.
And this Wednesday, we have our children's program, and it's not your typical children's program. Not even close.
This wasn't the over-the-top one for
this. This is Wednesday. Yeah, it's this Wednesday night. It starts at 7.
It'll be tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesday, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Yeah, and so our children have worked really hard. It's a ministry. Our children don't.
Is this going to be the main church or across?
It's
the street?
in the main church, and so I have them do it in the main church because I give our children a chance to minister to all of us. Because I don't encourage our children's ministers in our children to just come put on some cute show.
Sure.
I tell them, hey, you're in that pulpit, which is special to me and very sacred to God, and it's a ministry to people, and it's also really cool. They're doing it. They have worked really hard, and they do an incredible job.
Of course, it's probably a bigger deal to be on the big stage, too.
For the kids, it's a big deal to them because they know how important it is.
It's kind of like them football players. They've been playing on Rusty K Field when they get to play on the Wool Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, they get to play Friday night.
That's right.
And that's for them, too. And so it's special to them. But it'll be a time of ministry, and it's beautiful. What I've seen so far of it, it's beautiful, and it has a great message.
That's cool.
Lives will be changed. Lives will be changed because of it.
I got to be honest. I know the story of Jesus and everything best, literally from doing the plays as a kid and being. I never got the good roles. I was always like sheep number 3. Or one time I got a role of a wise man. That was like my biggest.
Well, an
ever.
actual person.
Yeah, no speaking part, but an actual human being. I wasn't playing a rock or a sheep or something.
They didn't know you had the gift of gab, did they,
right.
Mike? They didn't know you could have delivered.
Back then, I was a quiet kid. I hid light under a basket.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
That is funny.
but honestly, I did. That's how I learned. It was all through through that. So as a kid, that's So these kids you're cementing their own understanding of God by doing this too. So it's really cool. And then as parents and family, you get to see that. I mean, and I don't care what anybody says. Anytime you put a bunch of kids, especially if they're younger kids, on a stage together, it's going to be fun. I don't care what it is, what you're doing. It's going to be a fun, entertaining experience. Yes, it's going to be powerful and a great message. But at the end of the day, kids are kids, and when one gets distracted and doing the one thing, that's what makes it great too.
It does. I think I smile more watching that than anything else. I smile from just seeing them up there. They're all so cute and dressed up, and it just makes me smile. And just how they. It's just, there's a sweetness to children's ministry that, there's an innocence to it. It's really sweet, but it is fun, and it'll be good. It's really good. They've worked really hard.
And that's tomorrow, this Wednesday. Yeah. What time does that start at the church?
7
p.m. So come for Wednesday service and come enjoy the kids' performance here, and then come back Sunday, and then right after that, I think, is that Christmas week right?
Yes,
right
the 21st is when we're celebrating our Christmas service, and then there's
so
midnight
quick.
mass.
It is flying by.
We want to say this too about the shoe giveaway. We had over 700 pairs of shoes, and so we're still giving away shoes all this week.
So if someone's in need,
if you're really in need and you need shoes, now we only have certain selection left, but if we have the shoes you need,
right? So,
they're all. Well, it's for 8th grade down to kindergarten.
So unless you got really tiny feet, they're for kids.
And so, and a lot of times, if we can, we'll go get them a pair of shoes. And so, all this week, we'll still be giving away shoes. And the leftover ones, we all give to the public schools.
Awesome.
And say, here you go. Put them on. You don't have to tell them where it's from. Wow. Just put them on some kid's feet that needs them during the year.
As a husband of a teacher, I don't know how many times we've done buy shoes or buy, my wife, literally, we have a bunch of gifts in a closet for like Christmas parties because every year, and so she brings a couple gifts.
Yeah, how sweet is that?
Yeah, that's just what teachers do, and so I know exactly what you're going through on that. Just all the time, we're almost out of it. But again, please, just to recap, come on out tomorrow night. Enjoy the kids ministry and their performance, and then of course Christmas with Family this Sunday, 5 p.m. Doors or parking lot opens at 4 o'clock, and then on the 21st. Come for our Christmas services, and then, of course, our midnight massive Christmas Eve. midnight, hence the reason. And of course, if and then just come on by the church if you're in need or wanting to. If you're looking for a church home and want to come visit, come say hi, come meet the staff, come meet all the different opportunities through Church on the Move, and see it might be a right fit for your family. You know it is, and if it's not, then find your church home somewhere.
Sure,
but
that's
let's
how we
celebrate
feel
God.
about it.
You know, like you said earlier, you're not trying to steal from people. We just want to get as many people connected to God and Jesus as possible.
Exactly.
And if it's a Catholic vein or a Protestant vein or whatever vein that is, so be it. You know what I mean? I kind of got experience in a couple of those just based on how I grew up. But anyway. What's the? I always just Google Church on the Move, but it's like COTM.
COTMRoswell.com.
Because
there's some other Church on the Move, so you got to put Roswell in there.
Gotcha, or you might end up on a church
in Tulsa
on
or
the move
someplace
that's moved somewhere else.
Yeah.
COTM Roswell.
And of course, Facebook and as well. You just look for Church on the Move Roswell, and you can find everything there. And if you have any questions or want to reach out, or if you want to volunteer, or if you want to be a part of it, please be.
Yeah, they're welcome. I also want to say too, if they go to COTM Roswell, they'll see an Advent calendar on there.
Okay.
We do an Advent calendar started when last Monday,
December 1st. Yes,
December
sir.
1st, and so you can download that and participate with that with us. It's like watch a Christmas movie, read Psalms 42, or do s'mores and read this.
I was saying I can appreciate your Advent calendar, but yours isn't the one that I peel out and get the chocolate at the. I remember those Advent calendars.
Oh yeah,
you open up and there's your chocolate, and then you read.
I have one of those too. Someone gives me one of those every year. A great couple, Ron and Nina, and so my daughter and I do
cool.
another one.
Well, internet's
kind of
going to lose the
one.
chocolate every time in my house. It's just.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a big on chocolate.
Yeah. But did we get it all?
I think we did.
We got it all.
We did,
For
man.
Christmas, we got it all.
And we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. All the other pastors and churches, we pray for them every Sunday, every Wednesday.
Absolutely.
And that God is moving in those services.
And to be honest, all of our churches really do work together to make our community good and great. And when times of need happen, we all rally together. And so I know you guys do, unfortunately, we've had a lot of situations where the community's had to rally here over the last couple of years, but you guys are always very much in the forefront, along with many other great churches and organizations in our community. So it's a one love Roswell kind of mentality here. So very good. Well, thank you guys. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas,
Thanks, Mike.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
And anytime we can help you guys out, please don't hesitate to reach out. So.
And thanks for all the